That point where the DM starts getting dirty with the magic missile back at you and kills one of the party members.
Hey
He
kid,
isn't a
take this
party member
one, the
anymore.
magic missile, and
He's just
stick
family.
out some windows.
Take this magic missile and go kill some bitches.
Hey kid, this magic missile's got blanks. I'm gonna let you do an Alec Baldwin.
Oh my god.
It
Magic
flashes
missile,
back
magic
to me
missile.
casting fucking 5th level magic missile on a 6-year-old elf girl. As Fume.
That's ironic. That's true. It's karma come back to you, and it's.
I was like, what? I was like, I don't know what this one does. I need to find out. Hey, little elf girl.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, no, I don't feel so bad anymore about Cal getting full blasted on the fucking floor. Much better.
Okay, I had to turn off noise suppression and my sensitivity down.
Take that! Objection! Thank you.
Objection.
Are you gonna be our lawyer?
Maybe.
You think robots have the right to be lawyers?
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, to be fair, they might just officially rule you as unable to give testimony. They'd be like, your surf robot cannot represent you. That would be unfair.
I represent myself, fuck you.
Surely you just programmed it what to say.
Look at that. You're trying to use it as a wit. It's disgusting.
Filthy. You can tell it to say whatever. Not even a person.
Where's the control rod? Is it in your trousers?
Sounds like I'm going to court tomorrow for massacring everyone in this room.
It is that the control rod in your trousers.
Or are you just happy to see me?
Hey, I've got a control rod on my head right now to keep me in control.
Yeah, kinda.
Control rod?
Somebody finally pulls away the crown, and it's just like, you motherfucker! It's just Harbinger fighting Harbinger.
Oh no.
We were joking about that when we go in. No, they're gonna be like, can you please put all your magical equipment in this box?
No. No. Oh. Hold him
I'll be
down,
right
take the crown!
Ah! Take him down! I can't grab him! Why? He's covered in spikes!
It really fucking hurt.
Why would you do this to me? Ah! I'm dying!
How can one man have so many spikes, they scream?
God.
Oh, cereal. I'll be right back.
We got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of flex time. A little flex tape.
Yeah, while we're here, we do have some stuff we should probably sell, but we can do that after court.
Wouldn't be a bad
Court's not
idea.
until like the evening, right?
I arrive.
Generally.
Have
I
we
don't
been
know.
told when court is?
It's definitely in the
I
afternoon.
think we just told them where we...
Okay.
Okay, good. We can have an early morning selling spree.
Cool. What junk do we have?
I have 15 silver swords, a +1 war pick,
Ooh.
a bunch of assorted gems I've forgotten to sell for a while because we didn't really need money for anything, but we should, get on selling them. Some scrolls that nobody seems to want.
Oh yeah. Let me look at our loot trove.
Some of it's in my own backpack because I'm carrying it, but what's in the trove is, there.
You use scroll has to be in your spell list, right?
Yes.
Unless
Okay, so
it's
I
the
can't
furniture.
use any of
Well, yeah, of course, unique scrolls are an exception. They're not on anybody's spell list, but...
It's true.
right. Yeah, no, just sell all of that.
Would you like a scroll of furniture?
Potion of fire breath ain't even that good.
Would you like now?
Yes.
Court time, baby.
God, I can't wait. Oh, I just picturing it now.
This is gonna go really badly.
How much money are you making from the first part of the contract? Because unfortunately, the second one ain't happening. $7,000. All right.
Also, you didn't have that conversation with the Resdor rooms because the lane was fucked.
Yeah.
We still need to tell them that they're being illegal.
Yeah,
I
imagine
think
how...
they knew they were being illegal.
Yeah, but like, we need to tell them that we know, and then be like, so what up?
To be fair, I think if I tell them the whole truth of the mine, I don't think they'll actually really want it back. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
it isn't an unlimited source of minerals anymore because people aren't being consumed by the crystal.
At the same time, the elves already killed a bunch of people as soon as we left.
There's
We
bitches.
can
We gotta
fix
go
that.
back and fuck them up. We can
But
fix
the
them
Warforged
if we
survived.
try.
You know, the ones that matter.
How do you feel about more tiny ooze diseases?
Perfectly fine.
Alright.
Yeah. How many of those do they got?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know.
Yes.
Yeah, he had
Yes,
that
I
on
would.
standby with him.
Yeah, that was just ready. He pulled that out of his pocket and was like, here, give them this. That was no prep time.
Is that Basil? He's got Basil.
Put a little bit of time in the envelope.
Yeah, if he had put like... If he had said like, wait here a day, allow me to prepare a letter, he would have put like 10 times the mega poison in there.
It's true. Then you would have gotten the gallium goo.
Ew.
Galleon.
I mean, they did know we were coming for a little while.
Yeah, but they didn't know we were gonna come peacefully.
They only come violently.
It's everywhere!
My eyes!
It's on the ceiling. How did it get there?
Fire in the hole.
Flush the drains again.
Everyone loves a good
out
hate
the
fucking.
Get out
Yeah,
the
the
goop.
goop.
I mean, you guys should feel lucky. My other party's going to be fighting inevitables, probably.
Inevitables.
What?
Bruh?
But, yeah.
I'll be
What are
right back.
those?
They're like the law keepers of the universe. They're like CR 30 or some shit.
Oh, okay.
The Watchers
Why
from
would you fight those?
from Marvel.
I
they are
assume
inevitable.
breaking the law of the universe.
Well, that sounds like your fault, not theirs.
Yeah.
What did they do?
They got the goo.
I mean, they were fucking around with like an evil fish god, from what I remember.
Fucking out gods is a good way to get the laws of the universe angry at you. Well, I guess let's take this opportunity before we start to go make a button for that spell I always use, and I have to keep describing it.
Good idea.
Yeah, let's see if this character sheet is broken.
Oh, yeah. Let's go check if order roll damage is on. It isn't.
Hooray!
Well,
Yeah!
Josh, do we long rest?
Do you?
Do we?
You still have room.
I have 4 health.
Go back to bed.
Go to sleep. I mean, you say this. Cal's recently experienced death again.
Again.
He's fine.
Listen, Ellis
Nothing to
Street
worry
took
about.
mercy on him the first time. Thank you. Because Liara's mansion blessed the battlefield that night.
Forgot about that.
It's the second time Cal's had a strong calling to the other side. So, last time on Festering Fence, After finally meeting up with Junius Lucius, A4 and A3, you had managed to had a goal in mind of making an outpost here for many of the Warforged to actually have a true place to retreat and actually be free. Also, the circumstance of that there being a teleportation circle gives more sway to the fact that they would be able to go straight to the Iron Kingdom to be free, and no longer be Warforged, but be Freeforged. After spending some time in questioning that and debating out the situation, also going back to the Brestrum estate to finish the debate of the situation at the mine, you were waiting for Clarinet and Dusk to return from business matters that they were attending, especially for the fact that you would still have to broach the curious subject of that they were, air quote, illegally mining is from the agreement previous. Due to curiosity, Elaine had decided to open the letter ahead of time, to which after the ink that was filled with the diseased ooze had immediately manifested within her flesh by seeping through her skin, and immediately sent her into shocks and having her body start degrading before everyone, breaking out into cold sweats as her blood was literally necrophaging before everyone's eyes and turning black and trying to kill her from the inside out. Thankfully, it was cleansed. Junius Lucius had managed to be recalled at the time after he was exploring the city, and remove Cursed, stick it in one of his containments, and then immediately vacuum spaced it into a bag of devouring. It's at that point, after the extreme exhaustion and other dangers, that everyone decided to have a moment to just recuperate. And then Cromsteel had some questions for Lucius, if he could see him pray and see if there's anything truly weird going on for the night. It was at this point that he had used his true sight, as well as being on the side and set of detecting magic. As Cromsteel had prayed, a strange thread seemed to be bleeding from him to somewhere else in the keep, and led to Nistu's room. After following into Nistu's room, Nistu was very confused as to why there was this thread of also Lucius and Cromsteel barging in, and then pointing at Dextrous. No one seemed to have noticed the whole time, but through the happenstance had been used as a connection and anchor point between being a familiar, but also a point for Bloodbane to fully anchor through and permanently block Cromsteel no matter where he go from Ironstride's sight. After addressing this situation and a very, very difficult task of convincing Dextrous to finally allow himself to be Zone of Truth instead of sheer panic, because he is not a smart weasel. You're able to find out that he originally made a contract with Rune, and finally realized that he was being basically visioned through by Rune, and took a moment after a hard concentration on his part for his intelligence to break the contract finally. After the curious event, Dextrous still being allowed to stay and very exuberantly happy to be still there with Nistri. Another curious event had happened during the night when everyone had settled in. You heard a teleportation spell go off, which was curious enough because Lucius was here and last year he wasn't leaving. Alarms immediately followed. Chaos ensued, people were screaming, spells were suddenly being slung, bodies were dropping, cones of cold were launched all over the castle, as well as magic missile and poison breaths. And in a mass eruption of combat between part of the castle being fireballed and destroyed, as well as Surveyor and Rune arriving at these locations, quickly and abruptly trying to assail the party in their weakened and spell-lacking state, along with bringing Surveyor's creme de la creme pets, as far as you can tell, the Drake Spiders. To which, even with the large army that you had defending the castle, thankfully the Rastrums were here to help keep it a lot shorter, but you could tell if it had pressed on any longer, the casualties would have been in a much higher severity. Still, even then, many of the guard had fallen on the castle walls. Even Dask had received some proportionate damage, thankfully Clarence being a trained monk, her body immune to the poison's gouts and effects. In the midst of this combat, they seemed to try and refuse to harm Harbinger. They seemed to be focused on all the beings of flesh. After a very harrowing situation, and Rune being even grasped and held aloft, seemed to refuse to stop, and with one quick spell of magic missile, shot Cal's downed body and quickly knocked the last of his breath away from his corpse. After that, Liaris ran over, trying to cure him. Unfortunately, nothing was working. Clarineth, seeing everything that's going on below, quickly ran over with her diamond ring, her wedding band, handing it over for Liaris to use for Cal. And then, as well as the rest of the chaos that ensued, the Cleric of Bane and a few others that had been requested, thankfully, to be here, attempting to rescue those who that they can with the reserves that they have. Some being preserved, though many of the very unfortunate have well and been lost. Yep, that diamond is gone. It doesn't matter if it's 300 or not. But with that, you also managed to take out Surveyor in that respect, which, curiously enough, he had a contingency on him somehow. To that, you're not sure why or how. But their plan seemed to be attemptedly trying to wake up outside of the castle away and probably likely escape. After all that is settled, you'd cuffed Rune in his state of unconsciousness, and now are in the center of the Rastrum home. Much of the chaos still going around, many of the people still collecting the dead and the injured, others trying to make sure that there aren't any others, and there's still a massive panic about the castle as you are now awaiting to decide what to do with this bucking bastard.
How do we know? He's dimensional shackles, right? Or magic shackles?
Yeah, dimensional shackles.
Shackles.
We took away the casting focus, but that doesn't mean he can't cast any spells.
Yeah.
There may be some.
Power word kill, Misty Step.
I still hope not. Well, not Misty Step.
Power word kill.
I mean, you could cast it, you just wouldn't go anywhere.
Impressive.
An impressive failure of magic.
He casts Sword Burst if he knows it. There's not too many vocal only spells.
Lost message.
Oh, I have a question, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
The strength drain from the disease, does that come back at a short, long rest?
Yes, that comes back at a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna beat him down very quickly if he does.
What if he has Action Surge and he can do it on one turn?
Oh!
I optimized exactly for this situation, fools. Knock,
Then he
dimension
deserves to
door.
get away.
Well, your crusade, Chrome. What do you want to do with them?
I want to pry some information out of him, but I feel like it won't be that easy. I know I wouldn't give up that easily.
Considering his dedication, I think that would be an accurate statement.
Elaine will put her hand up. I can do the thing.
The thing
Points
Do
to
the
her,
thing.
her head. You know, Crom Steel.
Yeah, do the thing.
I do the thing.
Do
I
the
cast Detect Thoughts on myself.
All right.
say yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, I cast it on myself and I can read the thoughts of anything within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, it sure does sound like you want to hear your own thoughts.
I wonder what I'm thinking about.
There's definitely a lot of voices in this room that is like, just kill the fucker.
I'll focus in on Chaboy.
On Rune?
Yep.
Well,
Let me see.
currently, no surface thoughts at the moment.
Where can I pry? I think it's some sort of save if I try to pry.
Well,
You would
first
have
I
to
gotta
pry.
get him to think of something.
He would have to be awake for that.
If you probe oh, is he currently unconscious?
Yes.
I mean, I can try find some unconscious memories.
Is that a thing you can do?
I mean, they'll probably be much more scattered if he's basically in sleep mode. But I mean,
Okay,
it wouldn't have to
Try
try.
that first, yeah.
Target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insights into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind.
Alright.
I got what it. That's what's in his mind.
So, DC 17 wisdom save.
Alrighty.
But yeah, he is asleep, so it might just be like, whoa, weird fucked up dreams.
Alrighty.
If robots do dream.
I'm gonna assume that says fuck y'all.
So,
No, close.
Very close.
He's
with
dreaming of strangling us.
that, as you are scanning through these scattered thoughts of his,
Alright, fuck him.
you start to see the concern and the culmination of research. Main focus being able to call on Bloodbane fully, like he should be back in the temple. Without his main worry as well, without Dexus being able to anchor that point, he wouldn't be able to watch or monitor your movements as he had been. They'd be frustrated, angry. Immense amount of rage from the point of where you could tell that he lost connection to Dexus and it was no longer his familiar.
Find something?
Where's Dexus?
I assume with Knee Street in his clothes.
Dexus's rune's familiar.
Yes, we got that.
Oh.
No more.
That happened while I was asleep, I guess. Yes,
Right.
he showed up because he was very upset that Dexus was disconnected from him.
That's it. He tried to murder us because he was upset over a familiar.
Because he wouldn't be able to see through him anymore and spy on us.
Right.
Maybe the thought was that we're too dangerous. Needed to be terminated, I guess.
I'm guessing something like that. Maybe they wanted to keep an eye on Harbinger and keep an eye on their number one villain in Crumsteel. It's about all I could read.
Okay, shall we dare wake him up? Try to get something else out of him?
What else do you want to know?
Many things.
Maybe how much he knows? Does he know that
Yes.
we know about Bluefast?
Possibly. Dexus has been spying on us for basically the whole time.
You can see Dexter's kind of like shrinks a little.
Not your fault. We have no way to know when exactly Rune was looking, so it's safe to assume they just know everything. Assume the worst.
I mean, he's probably just going to lie to us.
I would zone of truth, but I used them all on Dexus.
I could do it.
Do you have it prepared?
Sorry.
He can't make the save if he's unconscious.
The answer is
I mean-
no.
That is incorrect.
If
He
he,
can make the save.
if he doesn't know I'm reading his mind, it's likely that he'll think of the truth before he even says the lie.
Right, so now that you've... How long does that spell go for?
A minute. I'll probably have to cast it again
Yeah.
after he wakes up.
So, if you cast again and we real quick wake him up and begin interrogation, we might find something useful to go off.
Yeah, but if he succeeds the saving throw, the spell ends.
Okay, we'll probably only have time for one good question, so what should that question be?
Well, I feel like whether or not they know about us knowing where they're actually hiding is the biggest point.
It's the best way to word it so that he would think of what we need.
Oh, hang on, sorry. We're trying to find out where the rest of them are.
No, we're
No.
trying to find out if he
Specifically when-
knows that we know where they are.
Yeah, we know. We're pretty sure that Mentor is in Blue Fast, but we need to check if he knows that we know
Because then they might have just left.
and moved.
Which would be a pretty smart decision.
Yeah.
Do we know the skill set of this mentor? If they're religious, would they not have informed to contact each other without being
He did make that statue move earlier. He probably has magic.
Yes, Mentor is very powerful. I assume they are magic. Very magic.
Then I would err on the side of caution, wording in any way that you might know where they are. If they have the sending spell, then we wouldn't even know if he was replying to him. Unless you're
What if we just ask where his mentor? And if he doesn't know I'm probing into his mind, he'll say either Plufast or where mentor has moved to if they know that we know.
Yeah, I guess that also has the advantage that if he does actually know, he'll probably joke that we already know.
I think we just ask where his mentor.
I like that.
Sure.
So I won't need to probe if it is his just surface thoughts. So I'll just recast it again.
And if I'm quick enough, I'll also ask, what do you want with Harbinger? Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, somebody wake him up.
Don't worry, I got this.
I was gonna say, well, a slap. do it.
Minimum cure wounds. Yes, 6 health.
alright. No.
That's too many. Punch him.
And then the wisdom
Gladly.
saving throw.
He doesn't need to make the save because I'm not trying to probe deep.
Alright.
I'm just listening to surface thoughts. So the first thing that pops up in his head.
So I'll say, you've been beat, Rune. Where's Mentor?
As he does what fully come to at that point. You definitely hear the first surface thought of, why am I not dead? And then immediately hearing your voice, Carmsteel. He's making plans for the rest of you. But unfortunately, we're going to be missing a piece.
What do you want with Harbinger?
And Elaine, on that point, you do hear it was Harbinger that there was the main focus of this assault, of trying to convince him to come back. He's a useful tool. A good brother. First to join the ranks and fully commit. He helped us harvest. He's also the one that led us to the one who managed to make the hammer. He's the one who led us to Awakener. On the surface levels, Elaine, you do get the sense of excellent treasure hunter. Was able to finish out this research, has a heavier connection to all that is kind of hidden amongst the world. Seem to be searching for something.
Okay, my next prompt will be, why would he help you? He is not your brother.
first found his other self. He was a brother then.
Found or forced upon?
Whatever you might enjoy calling it. Would you consider it forced upon for your own birth?
I in fact would. You are a disgrace to the Warforged name. I would not want to be born if it meant taking another life.
Well, then lies the difficulty, isn't it? We are made for war. It's in our name. Though you don't share that title, do you?
That war is over.
Not here to talk about 800-year-old wars. Tell us where is Mentor.
Circumstances.
But they.
It's been a minute. Surely.
I mean, I have like 6 more spell slots and subtle spell.
I got 6
Oh,
more
yeah.
minutes. Don't blue ball me, man.
I have 4, 5. I do have 5 more spell slots and 3 more subtle spells I could use.
But you definitely hear Ploufest on the surface.
Nice.
And then the other part of that. Copper Row.
Ooh. Capri
Sounds like a
Road.
street name.
Pull over.
Reminds me of that country song.
Country road.
To the place.
Those-
Demonetized.
Hell
Stop.
yeah! Twitch to your way.
East Virginia.
It's in my asshole. My God!
Fucking
Money! My goddamn money! Ah! No.
Sorry.
No, I'm fine. I don't give a shit. It's so fucking funny. Oh, sorry. Detracting. I don't think I would delight in telling you where he was. At the same time, I'm sure you have your ways of finding out. Gestures towards the...
And one of them was getting you to talk.
But he still kind of gestures towards Yaris and the holy people of the group who are divine.
Well, that stuff will have to wait for another day. We're a little tired, as you can see.
Yes, might I inquire what seemed to have ravaged you quite so thoroughly?
There was a man.
A little bit of elf poison. You know, just your average weekend, you know.
I see those tactics haven't stopped. I'm impressed. Usually the people drop dead within an hour.
Good to know.
I think I'll definitely have to reserve you for a special case.
Shut up.
Of course, what about the rest?
Yeah. Rune, we are not monsters. We will let you live if you give up your evil soul-crushed ways.
Going by the various bylaws of what happened here tonight, you already know you can't promise that.
I mostly wanted the record to show that I tried.
Considering my fate is already in hand, it is too tantalizingly tempting to question. Did you enjoy your time with us, Harbinger? Traveling around with violence and punishing those who weren't worthy?
I don't recall any of these events.
That's a shame. Definitely say the visitation to some of the outlying villages with the infused was probably the most entertaining. Nice to see you've gotten your other flesh back up. Now he's looking just as pale as the moon itself.
I think we're done here. He's resorted to taunting.
I think he just wants us to kill him at this point.
Reasonable.
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of questions and conversations we could have.
I have a question.
Do ask.
Devlor told me that your people in Stratham would commonly take in infused and help guide them to safety. Is this, I assume that's all bullshit.
They're safe. Safe within the arms of a god who cares. That's a shame. Many of us desire to have infused with us. It's quite common in Bymore. Well, a good portion of them. Curious that still can't even do that here. Have to resort to ability.
Well, Bymar is on the list of places to go.
If those infused knew what you did, then I'm sure most of them would be ashamed to call you their allies.
Be a wonder if you could convince them of that.
Sure we will. When we inevitably see Mentor again, is there a message that you want us to pass on to him?
That'll be back as soon as I can. That's right. Runes. You had surveillance.
I think it would be smart to keep her alive. If the whole group is a bunch of religious fanatics, they may be able to just resurrect him by their side if he is killed. I look towards the king. So can I request that you keep him here? Imprisoned.
I was going to ask that he be placed under Junius Lucius's watch.
Whichever you prefer, as long as he's not going anywhere.
Isn't Junius kind of busy helping us?
Yeah, Junius has got to make like a hideout. He's only got like two dudes with him.
Make a
Only
new
one of
Warforged
those dudes
settlement.
needs to. Only one of those dudes needs to stare at him 24/7.
What if Rune can?
New Warforged settlement. First building. POW camp.
Shit got real fast.
Yeah, it's
there's
just the,
like
it's just the camp for the
There's that
unwanted
jail bit
people.
under the temple. If that's not rubble.
I think we talked about this. Don't put your temple exactly where the old temple was. That's just a bad plan.
It was like building on an Indian bear.
Like, that could only go very
I
poorly.
mean, you could keep running one of those Iron Maidens.
Yeah, also good point. Maybe he should just be deported to Austrana, where many dozens of boys can look at him 24/7.
Yeah, that way he can't also just contact his boys and be like, yo, their new base is over here, fuck it up.
He tried to contact Bloodbane.
Where is this? Lastrana? Help.
Yeah, he tries to do that thing where he contacts Bloodbane, and Ironstride does the same thing that Bloodbane did to you. just interrupts the call.
Got him.
Do-do-do. Boing.
We don't do that here.
You reached the collect call desk of Ironstride. How can I help you today? Would you like to convert to a better religion?
Fuck you.
Goes insane, actually converts.
That would be
Press
cool,
1 to
yeah.
call Bloodbane. There's no 1 button.
Well, the decision is up to you, Genius. Do you think you could watch over him yourself?
I actually think it would be a good idea to deport him to Lestrada.
I agree with that, actually.
It would be extremely easy for me to watch over him, of course.
What?
It would be easy for me to watch over him. If that is what you decided upon.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
It's just a case of whether or not you do it here or send him to Lestrada.
Yeah, and then reckon I can interrogate him by stepping on him.
Pretty sure teleportation stipulates a willing creature.
If he's
That's
unconscious,
what
he's
the magic
willing.
circle is for. Being pushed into a magic circle doesn't care about consent.
No, he's got teleportations. Wasn't consent oriented.
It's true. But it would have to be me.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking we would just drag him over to Stratham and on day 1 of building base, shove him in.
So you're suggesting that we lug around a dangerous Warforged terrorist on a cross-country trip?
I mean, we could do like a temporary circle here if you want. That's also fine.
Genius, if you show me, I can probably create one here.
Ooh, teach Elaine the magic circle to go to Lestrana.
Powerful.
I've never made one before, but I think with your help, you can teach me.
That is some confidential information.
No disrespect to you, but I don't give even Melvin the machine to have access to those teleportation circles. She's lucky that many of them have had respect. Though, due to the circumstance, would you vouch for her and take full responsibility for her if this information were to be promiscuously used from you?
No disrespect to you, Elaine. I've known you for like a couple weeks.
That's understandable.
However, I can teach you the spell to do so, but I will not teach you the sigils to the city. Not yet.
That's fair.
It's a pretty good deal.
I feel like it'll be quite a useless spell unless I have somewhere to go. So you're planning to make one in your new base?
Indeed, I am.
Could get that one.
I'm simply
I mean, I can also do the circle thing, but I don't really recommend sharing confidential information with me.
Yes, I've known you for slightly longer, but I feel like I know more about Elaine than I do about you.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Rylax like a million brains in one?
I don't
No, I'm
fucking
one.
know. Yeah, but you're like, you're from a mass goo organization.
That's why I said I don't recommend you telling me.
Right.
Mass goo organization.
What a great name for a hive mind. MGO. The goo.
Gabba de goo.
What was it actually called? Have you told us?
Drop.
Yeah, I told you in like the first thing. It's hard to differentiate between everything because it all sounds similar. Droth is the place Rylax is from. I've told you like 3 times. And Shoth is the god, and that's the part that gets mixed up every time.
Jeez.
Too many oths.
Too many offs.
Yugoloth. Gotta
And
go off.
are you a goth?
Big titty goth.
No.
Big,
Not god.
big titty drop
Titty goth
girl.
GF. Goo friend.
Oh, okay.
You can shape your goop right. Just give yourself big bahonkadogs.
That'll be impractical for travel.
Big
True.
bahonkodonks. Big goo.
Millionaire. Okay, I assume we lack the magical energy to teleportation circle today.
I mean, I assume Junior's got about 30 spell slots left, my guy.
I don't know, we used a lot. Do you?
I do have some. Though, if I were to travel there today, I would be out of reserve.
I'm sure we will survive until you can return. Probably.
With that, you do see Rune just kind of looking at everyone, you know, expectantly at this point.
Be excited, Rune. You're about to see a civilization that works, and not whatever bullshit it is that you're trying to pull.
I guess I'll have to stop by sometime. With that, let me do a quick roll real quick.
Quick. Son of a bitch.
That sounded extra suspicious.
I had a terrible premonition.
He's using some kind of spell.
He's probably about to suicide bomb.
Mm,
Considering we're now talking about imprisoning him
Yeah.
indefinitely in a
yeah,
foreign
so that he
land.
can't be resurrected.
Yeah,
That
it
would be a
makes
good
sense that he,
countermeasure to, you know, you work for people who can resurrect you. Just kill yourself.
It is
We are-
really thick of them to do this and be like, yeah, we're the good guys.
Leos, what's your passive?
No, we haven't leveled up yet. 17.
17.
Same.
Alright, he manages to slip this by just barely.
Fuck!
Oof. Do you think he, like, whispered a sending spell?
Or knock.
That's mega loud.
I I mean, as long as it goes off, that means he's in play.
Yeah, but
Dimensional
then we roll
shackles.
initiative. And there's many of us.
I mean, it's a gamble I'd take. He's got nothing to lose.
Like, yeah, true.
Oh, it's just travel. Fuck.
Yeah, he can knock his way out of them, or just cast anything he wants.
So you see him, and then it's like almost like a brief moment of vibration as you see what looks like a flash of him stand up, and then out of sight. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana. As Lucius was facing towards you, he is going to immediately look and discern.
Yeah, I want to know if he went invisible or he teleported.
Surely not invisible. Surely.
Oh, nope.
Can my Arcana just be I walk up and just poke the spot where he was with my hammer?
Yep, there's nothing there.
Fuck!
Fuck.
I mean, I have no reason not to, and it's always prepared, so, you know, I'll just do see invisibility anyway.
Alright.
He still have the shackles on him, right?
Shackles are gone too.
What the hell?
What?
Shackles went with him.
Ethereal. He didn't go ethereal, did he?
I mean, he might also be a cleric. He could have had Word of Recall.
Yeah, but that's a
Something
teleport.
shank.
Fuck is.
I mean, maybe
Where
he just slipped his hands off and put the shackles in his pocket.
That is actually entirely true. He could have just slipped the shackles off of his. He could have literally just detached
We
his hand.
we have fought many warforged that are just immune to being grappled in any way.
So, God, with all those Arcanas, you're not entirely sure. Here's Lucius is
Come on,
going
Junius.
to try and discern it with his plus 12.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, actually, mine would have been a disadvantage.
True.
18. Especially for his level of experience and his own knowledge. Yeah, I would say an 18 would pass for his as well. Quick! Everyone search around the area.
You
Well-
think he's still around?
He can't gotten far. It had to be time stop.
Oh god, what the hell?
Oh damn!
Oh!
Alright,
outside.
everyone just pick a different direction, go.
Monk speed, baby! Oh, actually,
I'll go up. I dimension door straight up.
As everyone else is moving to leave, Eyes of Night, you'll have 300 feet of dark vision.
Thanks.
Alrighty. So, as this is
Just jump out.
And then I monk speed and fly up into the air.
doing this, Lucius is immediately going to cast Fly and go fucking bolting into the sky to look for this man. Everyone, go ahead and roll me a survival.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't find him because he will kill me.
He has
Yeah,
6 health.
Whoever rolls the lowest survival gets
I have
jumped.
4 health.
My background, right? Outlander. Don't I get some sort of thing trying to?
I would let you to have advantage on searching for Niser.
Apparently somebody
Because
had
he's
to
not
look
exactly food.
Can I have done that from like inside?
Inside, it would be hard to tell because marble flooring, there's not really anything to track.
Okay. I'll just hit that advantage anyway. Oh.
Alright. So very quickly enough, especially for Harbinger and when you are hopping around, and then also the Eyes of the Night. Harbinger, you very quickly find on track, especially switching around some of the ramparts. It takes a moment, but you do find an area where it looks like he dragged himself beyond, because it looks like he literally ran up the wall and jumped down and bodied the floor and then started running. So you were able to quick start tracking that.
Oh, I'm after him.
Ironically, he wasn't at full zero, but he did fucking suffer some damage.
Lamau.
Hilariously,
I'm stuck ends, and he's just on the floor.
it's just out cold. Everyone freaks out. He kills himself.
Fuck.
I still have key points. Step of the Wind, dash to chase.
All right.
Get that fits.
So both
I'll just
you and
roll that
Harbinger,
with it.
both you and Harbinger are very easily able to catch up in the direction of where he started getting, basically, partially into kind of like the town line, and cut him off before he fully dipped down into an alley. You could already see that he is partway through unscrewing his arm.
Oh. Oh, you better believe I'll like slide up on him and just straight hand to the throat. Pin him to the floor.
Easy enough, you can't really resist that, so... Well, let's see. Yeah, no, he... Yeah, you could definitely, especially with yours there, straight fucking floor pin him like that, and just a discerning look at you.
You've definitely gotten a lot faster than I remember.
You... I have many questions for you. But not yet. So I'm not letting you go anywhere.
Damn shame. You would have made an excellent paragon.
Real quick. I was trying to punch him in the head and knock him out.
Especially with that, it's easy enough. You just fucking smash him over the side of the faceplate and just the lights go out.
Hoist him over my shoulder. Actually, no. It's like, just drag him back.
Just impale him on it. Dead before he even gets back.
Whoops.
Yeah, just non-lethally drag him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yes, now you realize why Rune had been so arrogant before.
Thought he could get away.
Well, if he didn't roll so low on his turns for how many? Yes, probably.
Yeah.
But for the rest of you, as you're searching around, you do take note of Leoris and Harbinger making their way back with Rune in hand. Once again, out. Judas Lucius will come to assist and keep watch on him. And by the way, he just barely beat 18 with an 18 for his stealthing.
Okay, I think we should keep him knocked out until further notice.
Sounds like a good plan.
I mean, to be fair, if you also bound his legs, he wouldn't have been able to get very far.
Bind his legs!
With chain!
Yes. Full bindings will be required for this one.
any BDSM equipment we can borrow?
The Rastrooms will get an extra set of dimensional shackles for his ankles as well.
Thought you were gonna say the Rastrooms
Easy.
got an
I like
extra set
it.
of BDSM equipment.
Oh god. Listen,
Fuck
you
yeah.
think she needs equipment, bro? This whole room is a jungle gym for this bitch.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but
Up to every surface.
She's gonna put him in like a cell, and then just encase his body in the floor.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
She full coffins this motherfucker.
What the hell? This is like the worst place a Warforged would ever want to end up.
It's Violet Ozai, last episode of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buried.
just up to the shoulders.
Alright. So.
Now that all those matters attended to until tomorrow, I think I will make preparations to bring you. I will
Thank you.
wait a day in case there's any other matters that rise to mind.
We'll be okay. We're just going to do some shopping tomorrow and then a court session.
I would recommend getting rest. I don't think any more. There better not be any more excitement coming to this home.
in Crom Steel.
Yes.
On the subject of trust, I feel like you've helped me enough, but I'll answer any questions you want tomorrow. But anyways, let us sleep.
Yes. Please.
Going to the rooms that aren't decimated with fucking hellfire and crumbled walls.
Yes. New rooms, please.
You are able to bed down, even though for some it is an anxious night. Others that stay alert and awake, just out of paranoia of what happened. Lucius makes sure to lock down the room to make sure there's nowhere he can go. Period. After that demonstration of a fellow mage who has 9th level spells as well. And finally, after a very torturous night of all this that has happened, you are able to finish getting your long rest. Temporal And then he...
Haha! Oh,
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
That's right, Nistre's already dealing with a level of exhaustion from the other night.
yeah, I am.
Yes, it'll be a bad night to fail on.
Roll me a con, boy.
Con.
Save
Save.
and throw.
Oh wait, hang on, I've got my thing in. Right. Will this change anything? Not for the con roll.
Nice.
Thankfully, you're able to stick through the night, especially after the extensive exercise in combat. A little bit of
That
tossing
combat
and
made
turning.
me sleepy.
Yeah, a little bit of tossing and turning. Even though, you know, Dex just feels sad that he was, you know, being used to spy on you. He will still try and sneak into the bed with you, seeing if that you're having difficulty sleeping.
It's alright, I'll just be like, I know it wasn't your fault, buddy. It's okay.
Sorry. snuggle up into your arms for the night. I believe the majority of you rolled your hit die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I already leveled up.
Yeah, I assume I also did.
Yes.
I remember you complaining about having really shit health.
Yep. That will always be true.
The pain.
Alright, boys, roll for one magic missile. You have one. Fuck you.
And in the morning, I will identify all that stuff that I didn't have time to identify when we were interrogating them.
Did I use my wand of PQ? I did.
Yeah, you did. You definitely got it.
Lot of people.
Magic
Lots-
missile should be like our team's banner if we get like team jackets. Just the
High
magic missile.
five.
Alright, so the staff, well, easy one off. The ring is a ring of water walking.
Yeah.
The cloak itself is a cloak of protection.
Alright.
The curious looking wand that looks like it's been suffused between crackling lightning bolts of metal and then also slag is a failed experiment one. While you holding this one, you can use an action to expend one or more of its charges to either cast a green flamed fireball or a blue lightning bolt from it. And for one charge, you cast a third level version of the spell. Increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend. This one has 2 charges. On a
And the normal wand disintegration.
on a 1, it
Does it
disintegrates.
regain any charges?
I'm looking at it right now. It gets you have 2 charges per day. It doesn't have a recharge function, so just every day you can use it twice.
And it might break.
Yeah.
Fair
It also
enough.
requires use by a spellcaster, so even the paladins can use it if they want, because it's just spellcaster. It's not a wizard or sorcerer.
And then Radiance. While holding this, you gain a +1 bonus to spell and attack rolls. You gain in addition, you ignore half cover when making spell attacks. Radiance is form of exquisite well, effectively it would be a golden hand mirror, but more to the fact of staff with a beautifully polished and perfect mirror-like gem, like in this picture. While surrounded in darkness, it sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius. A creature attuned to radiance can use a bonus action while holding the mirror to cast to cast the enhance ability spell, choosing itself and no other creature as the spell's target. Once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Cloak of protection, ring of water walking. Are the other 2 things?
Radiance and the failed experiment one.
Ring of water walking, I believe, has no attunement requirements.
Free water walking.
Yeah. Yeah, it has no attunement requirement. It's literally just free. You can't walk on water, period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want radiance, so you can have that. 'Cause I think we're the only 2 people that can really use it very much.
Ignoring that cover.
I
It's
think
effectively just a +1 casting focus for me, because most of the shit I do ignores cover anyway.
It's true. But also the
than
enhanced ability is also
casual
pretty fucking
firebolts.
spiffy.
That's a handy spell.
Is there a handout for that?
It's on D&D Beyond. You can go and look
It's
at it.
Oh,
real
okay.
thing.
It's a real thing.
Not a
I've never
custom
heard of
made.
that.
That's why I started reading it partway through Josh's description on one of them, because I went and looked.
And enhanced ability is
'Cause I
pretty
want to.
sport.
Yeah,
The enhanced ability is a good spell, especially for free. Well, it's an attunement item, but you know, it's a free cast.
Is this you said staff version?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So, effectively, the sporty staff that he was wielding.
The Aghanim Scepter, yes.
Scepter.
Field Experiment Wand, a lot of us can use. It's just a spellcaster, which is
Pretty much.
basically all of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone except Harbinger,
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
and it gives
It's-
you 2 charges of fireball.
Or lightning bolt.
Oh,
Blue lightning.
At
or
random.
green fireball.
So I mean, I don't know. I feel like Crom Steel or Nistri should take it because it gives them some good AOE.
yeah.
It's also attunement. So
Yeah, let me look at my achievements.
I have none. One?
none.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty lousy on achievements as well. I have the Wine Sheath.
I have
That's
no
it.
achievements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you can't
same.
use it.
You can't use it.
Josh, would you consider my maul an achievement weapon?
I would say yes, because of the.
Okay, then one.
Yeah, because it is an evolutionary weapon.
Alrighty.
My pajama splint armor of deception, that's achievement, right?
Yes, but you've been tuning that on and off.
Yeah, just for pajamas. You know, the meme is funny, but I should probably sell this, right?
Well, I
mean,
mean,
What do you mean? It's the best item I've ever heard of.
I'm sorry, Nick. I love how angry you sounded.
Just the immediate, like, what?
Selling
mean,
a
yeah,
cool item like that.
I do get scryed a lot, but seeing as we have Rune, he was the one scrying on me, right?
As far as you know.
You don't know. Mentor could also do it, probably.
Maybe.
What does it hurt to keep it? What are you trying to buy?
Diamonds for my new Revivify spell.
We're about to make a bunch of money. We have a lot of other stuff to
we're
sell.
about to, we're
go to
about to
jail.
find out if we're gonna make some money.
Also gonna get fined.
Implying any prison can hold me.
Look.
No, don't put me in the jar. No.
Get the bottle! Get the bottle!
Put him in the jar!
Not the jar.
That reminds me.
Yeah.
I forgot the 2 spells that were contained within the gems.
Oh, those!
He had spell gems?
Yeah, the blue and the red one. The shiny.
Yes, custom to his own use. If those were to shatter, one is Firestorm.
Jeez.
The other one is Chain Lightning.
Oh, jeez. Those are spicy.
Okay.
And they are of his
by the
own
way-
design.
Were those only the items on Rune? Because we also have the other boy's dead body, right?
We were
So
already.
Rayer had his kill arrows.
Yeah, we already grabbed those.
Oh, okay. I just don't remember, I guess.
I don't think we split the loot yet.
Don't think he did, because he did have his short sword of certain death.
Oh,
He had that, he
nice.
had the Cloak of the Montebank, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah, the cloak is hot. What's that?
I can already cast Dimension Door, so I don't really feel like I should take it.
Okay, if he has problems with moving around.
It's also not an
No.
attunement item.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Dex just raises
But
his hand.
It's It's not attunement, but also we just got a cloak of protection, so whoever wants to have
Oh,
that
yeah.
can't have
No,
the
no, no.
cloak
Cloak of protection goes. Cloak of protection goes to Harbinger, so he can actually have something to cover up his spikes that doesn't get punished.
Oh yeah, and it won't get damaged by them.
Good boy.
True.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So you take that.
You get a mad
And-
cloak.
I chuck the cloak of protection at you. Take this.
What is it?
Elaine, do you have a big
You-
teleporty thing?
It's magic. It doesn't puncture, so you can wear it over the spikes.
My biggest thing is Thunderstep, which is 90 feet, but that is a 5th level slot. Sorry, 4th level slot.
Expensive.
I mean, I'll take it if no one wants it. Everyone else has pretty good movement. I think it should either go to me or one of the paladins.
Me and Eastreet have horses, but we don't always have the horses.
Yeah, I think one of you two should take it so you can chase things better when we're on foot.
Okay.
And also, you are closer to the danger and need to escape faster if needed.
Yeah.
Wait,
Eastreet,
which
you
And
one
also,
is
you
this,
can
sorry?
escape with other people because it's dimension over.
Yeah.
Eastreet,
Oh,
you
the
wanna
cloak.
roll against each other or something?
This is for the Dimension Door cloak, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But who's,
No
take,
attunement, once
who's
per day.
taking the explosive one? So whoever takes that, the other person should get the teleporting thing.
Oh, true.
Good
Okay.
democracy.
Do you have a preference then?
I really have no preference. Let's just,
I mean,
like, I'm assuming you're the same, so let's just grid roll it.
no, actually, I'd actually want the wand because I have a wand sheath.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the wand.
Alright, there we go.
And then Nistri can take the cloak of the Montebank. Last item on the auction block. Smack, smack. Ring of water walking.
Is,
Not attunement, lets you walk on water.
is the
I think
Radiance
Lilac should take that
attunement?
so she doesn't fall
Not
in
the
water and
Radiance.
die.
Yeah, sure. Second move.
failed experimental wand? Is that attunement?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
That's extra neat because by attuning to the wand sheath in my arm, it also attunes to whatever I put in it.
Oh! So you can attune to multiple ones?
No, it
For
only
free?
needs one wand.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a fucking Inspector Gadget revolver.
That would be so cool.
It would be cool, but no.
Pulls out a fucking Final Fantasy Zant blade.
Fucking Xenos.
I've just got like a little rotating Gatling gun come out of my arm with several wands of engine missile.
Yeah, literally Xenos from Final Fantasy. It's got like a sword sheath that spins around. It's like, oh, next sword.
Nice.
That one broke.
Alright, so I'll take the radiance.
Okay. I think that's all the items that were in the pile. Well, okay, short sword of certain death on the table.
No thanks.
I mean, I can use it, but I feel like I will rarely use it.
Rarely used it.
feel
Leoris,
like-
you like swords.
Yeah, I
You
feel
want
like
it?
Leoris might want it
Yeah.
instead.
I already have a sword.
It's not a good DPS, it's just utility.
Yeah, and Leoris isn't really
Ooh,
all about
Harbinger's
that
always
certain
switching out
death.
weapons. How about
Yeah.
you do onto it?
Harbinger
Harbinger,
like
do you
certain
want
death.
this?
What is it?
The short
short
sword
sword
of
of certain
you can't heal if I hit you with it.
I got 2 great axes.
Yeah, you don't have to use
I
it, just
will-
like have it when it's needed.
I will say, when we were fighting Mentor and Smiter and we killed one of them, the son of a bitch cast fucking heal on him. So it could come in very clutch.
Yeah, I think one of us should have it, and Harbinger is a melee person with access to action search.
I will carry it then.
Yeah, you don't have to use it, just be ready to use it.
Okay, you have been bestowed upon with the short sword of certain death.
Because we are fighting clerics. Which would
we
be actually
have-
very useful.
Anything else?
Did Harvey actually take the cloak protection?
Yes. You did throw it at me.
Yeah, Rylox threw it at him. He can't refuse.
Coward's breastplate, anyone?
Have that.
Literally, I would have the same AC wearing that.
Same, and I'm not trained in it.
And then I couldn't use Uzi. My Uzi.
Yeah, your Uzi sword.
Undulating blade that follows you.
I love how I
Excuse me
expected
while
it
I
to
add
pilot.
Fireball and Lightning Bolt to my spell list.
Green fireball
$70 shipping.
and
Yeah.
blue lightning.
Blue light. I always mentally picture lightning bolts as like bluish, just because my interpretation of magic from video games.
Well, really, it's just like white, right?
Normally.
I mean, yeah, I see like bluish yellow.
Yeah, you think blue, but in reality, lightning is just white.
Yeah, I've seen enough lightning to know what its actual color is. We're hearing it right now, it seems, outside, so.
Yes.
Is there anything else off of the dead bodies we didn't hand out? I don't think so.
Gems of super fucking magic. You know, the
How do they
flames
even
which-
work?
I assume you throw them at where you want them to explode.
Precisely that.
Yeah.
Impact grenade.
Well, I guess Elaine should probably hold on to the firestorm one. Elaine is fire.
Fireworks, well.
Racist?
What?
Racist!
Well, so the one
Most of what you do
chain
is fine.
lightning.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll take the firestorm, yeah.
I guess I'll hold on to the chain lightning one then. I think that's everything.
Alright. Unless there are any final notes, push over into the next day.
We survived!
Now we have to survive the court summons.
Yay.
To court.
Well, first thing in the morning. No, first we
Oh,
see if
yeah,
we can
yeah.
get some money. First, I will give a rundown. Oh, also, like after Rune is knocked out, I will tell Crumpstill that he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know we know.
Ah, excellent.
And then yeah, in the morning, I'll give him a rundown on what we did in the mines.
Also a possible street location of Copper Row.
Yeah. But yeah, give the boss the rundown.
Let's see.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
With this experimental wand, do I choose the target and then shoot it, or do I fire the wand, realize what spell's coming out of it, and then choose the target?
It's random.
Yeah. Effectively, you like choose the target location.
Okay,
Flip a
so
coin.
if I try to shoot, like, thread the needle between my allies and then end up fireballing all of them, that's a Lamau?
Lamau.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ow! Fuck!
Exactly.
Gotcha.
little disheartening that even at the border, but considering what is happening there, I guess it is for the better that mine remain closed then.
Well, yes, I think it would fare much better, like, for your political standpoint, if you did not attempt to reopen it.
No. Well, after everything that's happened, unfortunately, it would still be the first part of the contract. There's still everything else we need to tend to here now.
I honestly wasn't expecting the large payment after forcibly shutting down the mine. Anyway,
That part wasn't your own fault. Either way, I'm glad that the majority of us have made it through the night, and that you didn't suffer any worse for the letter that you were carrying.
well, I guess I was doing my job and not letting you open it first.
Thank you.
Needless to say, after the matter that is tended to within town, if you have to, you're all always welcome to spend another night here.
I'm sure we might.
That you see.
And continue.
I was just gonna say, you see Desk kind of wave down one of the kobolds that aren't scarred from last night to go get the reward money.
I'm sorry for disappointing you. As I let myself.
You did not disappoint us.
I could have stopped that whole thing from happening if I just, blew them up or something. It would have been easy for me.
But you took the better route of diplomacy, showing that you're not just abusing your power. You chose the better route, even if it was some consider a failure, but in this matter, a great success. But I know you may not see it as that until it'd be too late.
Are you going to send someone to retrieve the bodies of the workers? There was still 2 remain there.
We intend to. We'll obviously bend the knee on that part respectfully, especially after what you've told us about the mine and everything that had happened down there. Allow the elves to believe they've fully proceeded to convince us when it's more you and your friends. As for the underhanded tactics, that is not something you could have perceived.
I'll be sure to trust less when it comes to these matters.
It's a difficult task. Make sure you don't make yourself weary.
So stand up and bow.
Dask will hold out the bag of 7,000 gold for you and everyone else.
Come say bye before we leave.
You better. Good job.
Then I leave.
Even more times. I mean, Dex
If we
is still
split
cheap with
the
us.
6, Dex just wants 1,000 gold.
Jesus Christ.
Dex just wants his split.
Anyways, I already went and did the splitter. We all get 1,167 gold.
Yeah, I was worried about the weird number.
No, the splitter actually did it perfectly evenly, apparently. I think a copper got lost in the void somewhere.
Yeah, it shouldn't split into a nice number.
Yeah, it
fell.
seems to just round up, because if I do it by a calculator...
It was the perfect amount of money.
Perfect.
Because
Yeah.
my GP right now is 1,234.
Wow.
Ooh.
See, the one
use
copper
magical
coin
now.
that got lost in the void,
Beautiful.
Dex just ate it.
Oh,
Not
this
even
is bad.
surprised.
Harbinger,
Huh?
how much money do you have?
None.
I've been
Alright.
giving you all of his money.
Yeah, it was literally all going to Cromsteel.
Yeah, that's right. I'm holding you actually get more money.
Because he was unstable, and I was like...
Because you were not trusted with money before, but now you are.
Because you probably went around hitting people.
It's in the car this with.
You get this Harbinger.
Here's your allowance.
What happened with the 500 gold I gave you for Harbinger earlier?
Yeah, Harbinger, make sure to say
Added
thank
that.
you, Daddy.
Yeah, you've given him way more money than that.
Okay.
I
My
want to scroll
allowance.
up, but I at least gave you 500 gold.
Alright,
That's
chuck another 500 on that then.
I believe the number was 543.
I probably forgot to add to it.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
it was left in my bio.
I was at 534.
So that was probably 534 then. That's more right to me.
Okay, so that would be.
Yeah, that was the share of the gold we found in the tomb.
And I specifically gave you the split for him.
Okay, that much.
Plus the stuff you just got.
Plus the 1167, yeah.
And now, did anybody want to come with me to sell all the junk? We got 15 swords.
Yes!
Yeah,
Sword, sword.
I think I'll get some diamonds.
I shall direct everyone to the required shops.
Kick down the door. Sir, I want to sell you 15 silver swords.
Why is there so much silver? Take it!
I don't want this silver. Yes, you do. You're a merchant. You
You're
must.
a merchant. You'll either buy
It's
this
the
or be
law.
selling your body to the next merchant.
Take it to a goldsmith, you psychotic fuck!
You take it to the blacksmith after I sell it to you.
I said goldsmith, not blacksmith!
I don't
Yeah,
know
they
the
can
difference.
silver weapons with the
What about the
silver.
silversmith?
Silversmith is a lower class. He didn't graduate to goldsmith.
You're a low class. Take the damn swords.
No!
Low on the leaderboards.
I'm a platinum smith.
Oh,
What the hell?
Electrum smith?
No.
Deal.
Yeah. While we're buying things, I'd like to buy a full set of electrum silverware, please.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find that here.
Just to be dangerous.
PB.
I mean, it might look nice as...
Okay, but anyways, so for loot stuff, how much is each silver sword worth?
For the silver sword.
They're just regular silver longswords.
Yeah, I believe silvering a weapon is just 100 gold flat.
It would be.
But to be fair, he might not really care that it's silvered that much. This is a specialty item.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also selling stuff you don't get full price usually.
Yeah, that too. I mean, normal longsword is like, what, 20 gold?
15.
16 silver swords, 50 gold. That's the best I can do.
Thanks, Rick from Pawn Stars. Let me call my buddy. He knows a lot about silver longswords.
He says this is garbage. $10. Best I can do.
Let's see. He would definitely offer you 60 gold for each sword.
Okay. So 60 gold per sword. 60 times 15. Okay, so that's... Don't add any of this money to your pockets. I'm just putting it in chat so I can tally it quickly.
Ooh, 900 gold.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I do.
All of the treasure and gemstones, those just sell for the market value that they're listed with. Like, yeah.
Charity.
Well, let the RSC.
Rylax
No.
Bank? Rylax Bank?
Rylax is banking. Stay away. My
written
perception
somewhere,
is
right?
terrible. I can be robbed.
The gelatinous cube of bank.
Anyways, yeah. So gemstone. Sorry, I was talking to somebody. Is gemstone just worth the market value we got it listed for? Like, I can sell the Azurite for 10 gold because the 10 gold Azurite.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are people who would want that at a fine price.
30, 40, 50. 115. Okay, so all the treasure we have non-magical is worth 140 gold. The 3 other gemstones, another 150. Then spell scrolls. I don't really know how we'll successfully be in selling those, but none of us want them, so...
There's definitely wizards and arcane studies here that would take them.
Meld into stone, guiding bolt, shield, and freezing sphere. The only 2 of those that are really high level are melt into stone and freezing sphere.
Let's see.
Spells. Freezing sphere is a 6th level spell.
Damn.
And meld into stone is a 3rd. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just cast it normally, so as long as you have the scroll out, you can do it. The issue would be, having the scroll out and ready in your other hand.
Okay, let's.
Hit the scroll of shield.
Wand slot? Nah, scroll slot.
Well, I mean, that's why you got the little bandolier of scrolls, right?
Yeah.
You wrap it around your arm, so you can just read it by rotating your arm when you need it.
What is it? The Boruto fucking scroll dispenser on the wrist?
Ugh, I
What?
watched the opening movie for that thing, and it made me angry. Stupid pill dispenser.
So, freezing sphere, you'd be able to get 250 for.
Okay.
and then you melt into the stone, you would get 150.
Okay, and the other two are just first level spells. Elaine, do you want the shield scroll?
I may as well.
It's yours, my friend.
Okay, do you have a spare hand?
Yes.
Hand's too hot for scrolls.
Racist.
Too hot to touch.
290 plus 400 divided by 6. Wow, that divided evenly. Everybody gets 265 additional gold.
Nice.
Nice. Gold.
Even the calculator divided it evenly. That wasn't even the gold splitter website.
Oh, did you mean I have enough to get more diamonds?
Allegedly, yeah.
You know, there are other things in life.
What about the potion of fire?
Oh, right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Charity.
You could buy healing potions to give to other people in case they're not dead already.
What?
But I
Healing
already have
potion?
ways to heal people.
Why would I want healing potions when I could get high at the same time as getting healing?
What?
Phobos tinctures.
Oh, fuck.
Rather
Where
have
is that rat
diamonds so I
bastard?
can make sure nobody dies.
We did look for photos.
What do you mean? There. He'll just be around the corner.
Yeah,
he's
just
right there.
walk around the corner.
You go to the bathroom and you open the door and he's just in there. Hi!
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. I have to harass you one last time selling things. I forgot I had this in my other bag.
If that's fair. Also, Nate timed that perfectly. Like, yo, where's that man for drugs? Dabba dabba da. Thank you, Nate.
+1 war pick.
Oh, +1 war pick, you would easily get the 500 for that.
500 divided by 6. That one is much less even. Everybody gets 83 gold. Additionally.
Okay.
2 of these. So I'll offer up one of my crystal great axes
Oh.
that I got from the Minotaurs.
So much gold. Gold!
Go!
Oh, gold!
I'd like to go shopping. Before we go to jail, I'd like to buy some new threads.
Pretty much. Yes. When I drop the soap, I want to make sure I look good.
Did I go buy a potion of glibness or something?
For the crystal great axe, the guy would offer you 300 for that, since it's not magical, but still pretty fucking cool to see.
Yeah, I'll give him one.
Like, fucking sweet!
That's cool as shit, dude.
I don't know, divide that amongst everyone. No, 300 to divide amongst everyone.
Yes, the Rylax shall do it.
Thank you, honey.
Everybody gets 50 additional gold.
50.
Yes.
Another 50, baby.
I'm just adding that in platinum. I'm not editing my gold number anymore.
Meanwhile, as you're going around selling all this stuff, Dex just is like pointing at like a steam bun vendor, like, that smells good.
Alright, let's go get some.
Yeah.
I don't think we can afford that.
What if we try selling this and take the crown off my head?
It's like, what if we try some...
Picks it up, throws it, just starts belting each other.
Hands it to the vendor. Starts choking the vendor.
Give it back.
Give it back.
Paper or plastic.
Oh my fucking god.
I'd like to go to a bank and exchange my gold for platinum.
You could very easily do so. So you don't have to worry about that. Do you still keep the coin?
The
Yeah, I have that
Rylax
coin.
coin?
I have that coin separate.
Yeah.
Alright, just make sure. Just make sure.
It's listed in my inventory.
I'm pretty sure we'll have a horrible curse but fast if we get rid of them. Because that'll be like a deal broken.
I mean, yeah, we legally can't die if we hold these coins. Second we drop them, we're dead.
Coins get taken off you. Oh.
Oh, just
Oh no.
Thanos fade away. Just
Good idea. Into platinum.
It's like you're a normal bank customer till the crown falls off and you just become a member of the payday gang. Everybody on the ground. This is a robbery.
Eat that dirt.
alright. That's easy enough, especially at this location, unless there's something of rare quality that you're looking for magic item wise. But you could definitely find the good old Phobos boy. Get your local drug dealer in on the action.
I want to buy some diamonds before I think about potions.
I'd like to sell the coward's breastplate.
Coward.
Coward.
Alright.
Can't not be a coward.
None of us can use it. It's just +1 armor that's not as good as +1 armor.
But it's +1.
+1 armor you can only use if you don't have a weapon.
It's true.
You usually don't have a weapon.
What
Yeah,
about-
but I can't wear breastplate
Oh, yeah,
and
there's
cast
also that.
spells.
But what about the boots of ogre speed?
We're all slightly too fast to use it.
But for the breastplate, you can see there's a little bit of disbelief when you go to sell it. Like, what the fuck kind of item is this?
Where'd you get this shit?
I don't know, your flag bearer can carry it or something.
Roll persuasion at advantage. Because you can see
Flag
him
is a weapon.
sitting there thinking to himself like that. Kind of actually makes sense.
Kind of a good idea.
You know, he'll give you 800 for it instead. He's like, yeah, a musician could use that too.
In case they, get assassinated mid-performance or something.
Yeah.
Wear it to like an honorific party or something. Alright.
Yes, sir.
116?
At the same,
We get 133 gold and 3 silver for everybody.
at the same time, Eastry, you're finally introduced to something you've never had before. Meat buns and
Steamed bun?
steamed buns that have soy sauce for dipping.
Oh,
What the hell?
me Neil really wants that now. Like just some nice like steamed pork buns. Oof. Oof.
You can see why Dex just was so adamant about getting these things from the smell.
Take one bite into it, and they're just like eyes wide, like. It's just like the cat going galaxy brain, like. Oh, I see y'all.
I've missed out on so much in my life. But now you know. You can follow Dexter's nose.
Alright, Josh. Is there a list of items we may peruse?
Effectively anything that's within the green range. Rares and up would definitely have to have a bit of a check.
Okay. I would like to go search for items at the Engineers Guild Hall.
Huh?
Link.
Alrighty. So, heading to the Engineers Guild Hall, you do hear a rather unique cacophony of sounds, all wearing gizmos and clockwork pieces, the occasional bout of arcane alchemical mixtures being put together, a few tests here and there that have maybe or may not have been sanctioned, but overall is pretty fascinating to behold, especially as you can see into like the main entrance hall. It's almost like if somebody had purchased out one of the mainstay of kind of a large section of stables, but then segmented them each off to where a various project or guild member would have their section of kind of a laboratory. You see people who are making different onsets of armor, others that are testing alchemical concoctions, one that looks like a cart, but it has like slow grind up watch springs on what looks like something you step on with your feet and a strange wheel.
Oh my god, is it a bicycle?
Mirror seat.
You do see that there are even quite a large number of Warforged here as well, working on various pieces, repairing other parts, even other Warforged that are repairing other Warforged.
Ooh.
Gauntlets of Hunger Power. Those are easily found. For you to discern that, Crumpsteel, go ahead and roll an insight. And for you, Elaine,
That was a joke. Also, we used to have gauntlets of American Power and we sold them.
Did we? I thought somebody was using them.
Did
We
we
got some
ever got
from
gauntlets of American Power?
Awakener.
Yeah, we got them off Awakener. I don't think we sold them. Who has them? We gave them to somebody.
Did Leoris have them?
Is Leoris
Nope.
still? Somebody has them.
What's this?
I don't
Not me or Nistri,
maybe
because we
Nistri?
both had, like, we wouldn't benefit from it.
Zircon?
Did Zircon have them?
What do we trying to figure
Gauntlets
out who has?
of Ogre Power.
Yeah. Zircon has them.
Oh,
We still have them.
I mean, that's fine.
well,
I can just
we're
buy
not
them. I've got plenty
assholes.
of
We're
money.
not gonna take them.
His mum confiscated them when she caught him fucking using them for workouts.
Fuck
You
around
you
and fuck around,
juicing?
boy!
You fucking juicing, son?
You can probably ask for them and probably get them.
Nah.
Why would I ask for them back? We gave them to you. It's kind of like a dick move. Like, you aren't adventuring anymore. Give me the cool magical item we decided to give to you.
I don't think your mom would take your gauntlets away.
Yeah, we wouldn't do anything unless like that, unless you had like some pages from the Book of Still Tongue.
Anyone who has
Like
that
kind
fucking
of
book
piece.
deserves to get burned.
I would like to find a silly item. It's a very low chance.
What kind of silly item?
Ring of feather falling.
Pretty sure that's just a green.
No, it's a rare.
It's a rare.
It's not a high DC, but go ahead and roll me an investigation.
I got.
Yeah, no, that's a pass there, because items like that, they seem silly. You'd be surprised how much the Engineers Guild uses them.
Oh. Ring of wishes.
5. I think I can do that.
Find a ring of wishes. But yeah, no, you would definitely be able to find a ring of featherfall. It wouldn't be that high in price because it's kind of a protective charm, even though it's a slight difficulty to perform magic-wise.
And to be fair, I don't think very many people would want something like that. Like, not very many people are climbing up on rooftops worried about falling.
Me who can swap places with my illusion at high places.
It would still be 5,000 gold for a rare item like that, but they don't push it higher.
I'm at.
And Josh, how much is the
3K.
gauntlet?
Gauntlets of Ogre Power, the being just common. They are uncommon, I should say. They would run you about 2,000 gold.
Wow, it's pretty expensive.
So you're saying rare items are about 5,000?
Rare items at their cheapest are 5,000.
My dream is over. I was gonna try to look for an astral shard.
Yeah, I'll take the ring. What if I give you this crown?
No.
No!
That's
Why
a
is
nice
it
looking
always
item,
like
yeah.
this?
But what was it? As you are shopping around in these various locations, you do take note that there seems to be someone experimenting with a strange viscous material, putting. It's almost like if somebody took almost like a fucking spoiled milk and poured it into a bottle. Like that slow, sludgy, spongy consistency where it's heavily white, but it has almost like an acetone smell to it.
Ew.
Rylax, you went with Elaine. I assume most of you are just kind of traveling around together right now?
Yeah, we're all going shopping.
Alright. Curiously enough, Elaine, obviously, as you're moving in looking for things specifically. Rylax, hilarious enough, the person that you're walking by with the strange contraption making this odd white gelatin consistency that's going into potion bottles, immediately looks at you. The halfling quickly jumps down, ecstatic, like, "Oh, ma'am! I have to ask you, forgive me. You're a news, right?
Yes?
Would it be way too out of bounds to ask if I could test a potion with you?"
Well, I have a court date in like 2 hours. Is it gonna kill me?
No, I would be drinking the potion, though I would need your body.
Alright, why not? I'm not doing anything.
I've been testing potions of ooze breathing.
I see.
If it is permissible.
Yeah, go for it.
Excellent. So, quickly runs over, picks up these very unsavory bottles, and like just pinches his nose and just like starts chugging it down. And hilariously enough, as you kind of think about that, Elaine, like you do take note, like his advertisement seems to be geared towards dungeon adventuring, because it's like, don't fear the cube, abuse the cube.
Oh god.
Use the cube.
And it shows an adventurer, one on the other side, who's getting disintegrated because he didn't drink a potion of ooze breathing, versus the other side where he gives a thumbs up with the empty jar and he's breathing just fine and slashing at it from inside.
But wouldn't it still burn your skin? So what
Listen.
if you can breathe it?
It's marketing, alright? We're not gonna go.
I mean, he isn't suffocating. It's an upside when he's taking
Wow.
6 damage a turn.
So with that, he's going to very abruptly try and stick his head inside of your body.
Yeah, I guess I'll lift up my shirt so he doesn't try to stick his head through my clothes.
And with that, you can see that he basically sets down a sand timer and then starts checking for how long this potion lasts that he can breathe inside of your body.
You know, this is more awkward than I thought it would be. Exactly.
You said it was a halfling, right?
Yes.
You never had a halfling inside of you before, Alex?
No.
Congratulations.
Oh, you're an adult.
I don't think this really qualifies as whatever you're trying to insist upon.
Do you think it's like eating you?
I mean, I'd feel it if he was trying to eat me.
It's like breathing parts of you in.
I guess it does beg the question where the air is coming from.
So the potion he's been working on.
Red legs get smaller.
It provides no protection against acid damage.
Okay. Yep. Lovely.
So
At least you can breathe.
you could scream in terror without losing a breath.
Jesus Christ.
So as that's going on, moving further down the lane, as that experiment slightly continues, you see a few other people that have various designs. Some that look like larger pipes and sections that they're testing, as far as you can tell, what seems to be water flow and pressure, along with kind of trying to build it up in one of the tubes before launching something out.
A cannon.
You do hear that noise specifically after enough water is built up in the back. See a very strange looking satyr who seems to be trying to figure out some form of more environmentally friendly ways to make projectiles without including the form of like magic or gunpowder or anything. Something more natural.
Dude gonna invent paintball guns.
Try rock.
I forgot the stuff that exists.
That's right. So you finally get closer to one of the midsections there. Like, I would imagine you find what you're looking for as you spot a familiar looking set of armor. And it's kind of marked down as splashback 1.5. And you see a very familiar looking tiefling.
Oh.
Okay, man, she left me a note because I was dying. I had to let her know I'm alive.
Oh yeah, as soon as you were up and awake, I would have given you that.
Yeah. Josh just said Scrap gave it to me when I tried to leave.
Cool. Good.
Like, I
Excellent.
assumed like you got up, you were tired, all the bullshit that happened. Scrat was cleaning up the room, found the note on the table.
Like, yeah, that's in character for history, I guess. Hooray.
I mean, it was a chaotic fucking night.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so you just see her seemingly writing down various notes and layering on what seems to be the first section of, curiously enough, like gambeson, followed by what looks like pieces of scale mail loosely adorned where they would fly off if they activate another set of gambeson, and then a thicker plate where it's enough to protect it from the outer metal plates that were there for basically slag and flak.
I'll just stand there watching it for a second, and I'll just like knock on the wall. Like, try not to startle her.
You do that, and you see like genuine confusion for a moment. Like, looks at the alchemical, like, alchemical system that she's got going on for all the various fire pots and other things she's got going on, and then like looks around for a moment and finally realizes you're there. Stands up ecstatic, comes over to immediately give you a hug.
Hello.
Immediately nods and gestures at you, like, everything okay now?
Yes, sorry about last night. There was a bit of a poison attack, and then giant bug attack. I was a little distracted. Had to skip out on dinner.
She shrugs and then like points to everyone else and then does like the little gabby mouth with her hands, like they were all talking about what happened. Quickly pulls out one of her parchment books. Just glad you're okay. Is everyone else all right?
Well, a lot of guards died. But everyone you met is okay. Do you want to show me how this thing works?
And she'll be more than ecstatic to show you the very unique armor that she's trying to make of the splashback armor. Shows you the specific gambeson weave that she uses where it's thin enough to where it would compress it, and then after the bottle explodes, the plate that she's wearing underneath blows out the upper levels, and that launches it out in a much higher velocity. So not only is there the metal and plant fiber, but also the glass shards as well that would launch out. And if you're close enough, the fire that would also scorch you if you're like 1-to-1 with this person. Start showing you aesthetically all the alchemical pieces that she's been working on, some of the supplies that she's running a little low on, but then also, curiously enough, another where it looks like it has kind of like the little pot that she uses that causes the explosion, and on the end of it is basically a spear design with the tip of the spearhead after the pot where it would explode.
Oh, classic Chinese fire spears.
Mm. Exploding spears.
Well, I'll just chill with her for a while. Also, ask how long in the process she is, because my friends might actually want to buy one of these armor sets. They seem pretty cool.
She aesthetically gestures, like points to all the extra gambeson and shrapnel material she has, along with plate covering, and then points over to quickly with them can affix it to current armor.
No,
I assume you guys are waiting outside, so I'll just be like,
yeah, we did not come with you.
yo, guys, come in here. Like Nistri and Crom, I assume. Maybe even Harbinger.
Or you could be spiky and explosive. Grapple this motherfucker.
So, something I noticed while you guys were fighting the rest of the bounty hunters is Brake's armor is very cool.
So,
I guess I'll explain it for her. When you hit it, it explodes.
Excuse me, explodes.
Like, not
Sounds
on you,
painful.
but like in front of you. I'm sure you could do a demonstration, right, Brake?
She quickly jumps up, yes, and then pulls out what looks like a full arm-length glove with a metal cover for the hand, and quickly pulls it up over her shoulder and pulls one of the fucking blade straps to holster over her arm, and then you could see what looks like a small composite bottle at the end with the knuckles. Points at pretty much what looks like a steel plate that has had repeated testing and has shards still embedded in it, and punches with as much force as she can, and just detonates this heavy steel plate backwards as it swings on the ropes. With that, points to the small remnants of the bottle that was on the demonstration arm, and then lifts up the gambeson to show the myriad of bottles that are there covering underneath the armor that I should know are all full, and the armor she was wearing that day, so it is live armor.
Ooh.
Oh god, what if you just accidentally trip, fall over?
You fall down and then you fly up like 30 feet.
You can see her raise one finger, things that I'm working on.
I don't think I want to be covered in that. Feels hazardous to my allies, possibly.
Does it seem like it only hurts the things that punch you, or is it like an AoE in front of you?
So she points at the design and points that basically pretending the quill is striking the bottle, and then points at the back, gestures no, that it doesn't come out there, and then at the front where it breaks, poof, comes out in that direction from where it got broke.
It's just straightforward.
Okay. Do you do this for shields?
No.
Mind blown.
Nods her head. You see her pull out a very crude design. One that it looks like there are multiple small spines, only probably a few centimeters sticking out. And with that, you do see it looks very odd because it looks like it can compress inward. Behind it is all steel and protected, and pretty much goes over to the plate, sets the shield on it, and gestures for one of you to like throw something at the shield.
Hmm.
Obviously, not go up and hit it with your melee attack, but like
I pick up a rock.
Inside a building, pick up
Yeet
a
it.
rock.
Yeah, that's right.
There's probably
I pick up
random metal
literally
plates everywhere.
Yeah, some shrapnel.
a bit of shrapnel.
Let's get some shrapnel flying around the room.
You know,
Hell
a
yeah.
bolt. Just a bolt. Fucking.
Alright, so you chuck it at this strange looking shield. It slams in, and you hear just as a god of flame flies out immediately to the area in front of it, but you also see the spikes the small spines there eject outward violently as full spines that scoped out.
Oh.
Jesus.
So not only would they burn themselves briefly for the compression of that from the alchemical design, but then also the spikes that launch out immediately as well.
Well, I'm not looking to buy a new shield, but could you put some of those on my shield?
Could you potentially attach them to my hammer? Just
The fucking gun hammer. She thinks about for like the shield nods. The hammer like thinks about for a second. Like, yeah, should nods like should still work.
something I can just, put on there real quick before I hit something.
I think attaching it is not a simple process.
Well, not maybe for you, but for her.
Well, yeah. I don't plan on buying, like, replacement packs. I'll just buy this one-time thing.
Replacement packs.
Yeah, because it's all alchemical.
Yeah.
It'd be like just, strap a claymore to a hammer. It'll be fine. That's all I want.
Hammer's gonna get launched backwards back into you.
No, I'm too strong for that.
Surely.
His arms snap backwards.
With my 20 strength, I am too strong for that.
He doesn't move, but his body does fly in the position of strike backward. No, I'm kidding. That would be funny as shit, though.
Okay,
Like,
how many golds would you like to, outfit my shield with this?
So she does the quick jot down for the materials, especially to be able to like have a slingable pouch, and especially to be able to just slap on like extra scale or any other kind of slack or scrap that you'd be able to find that could be thrown and hooked. Be around 50 gold for basically that, because it's something you have to refresh and expends on use anyway.
So, 50 gold for each shield explosion?
Yes.
Huh. That seems pretty good.
Sounds like a bargain to me.
Don't know how much, like, game numbers damage it does, but it sounds cool.
Would you like to find?
I'll buy 4 charges. So 200 gold.
Alright.
And I'll ask her to show me how to set it up and stuff.
Alright. So, especially showing you the various bottles. Just being careful, tuck them in the pouch appropriately. the various hooks in the gambeson. Gambeson could be easily replaced, especially just for the protection side. But then also the heavier jingling shrapnel could be slag that's kind of hooked in or interlinked, because you can see they're kind of like hooked teeth kind of way chains that tuck in tight and hold each piece there until it gets blown out at high speed. Which also I need to find the sheet that I used for. So that's the
You know what? This is kind of like that exploding hammer in Bloodborne. If you put it on your weapon.
yeah.
Boom hammer.
Boom hammer. Yeah.
Just give me a stake driver, bro.
Yeah, stake driver all the way. Highest heavy attack damage in the game.
Yeah. Longest charge up time though.
Yeah, it just takes 3 years to charge it.
Of course, I have this separated. There we are. So the shrapnel explosion for the shield will do 3d6 piercing damage.
Neat.
So if somebody hits you, that immediately triggers. It causes shrapnel to fly out. So that works out in that favor. And would effectively function the same for the hammer. So the first time you successfully strike will automatically cause the 3d6 extra piercing damage.
Nice.
Alright, and I assume it's not a simple one singular action to reapply.
Unfortunately not. You would need Tinkerer's Tools proficiency to be able to do that in one fluid motion.
Damn. Alright, yeah.
Never mind the hammer then.
Alright.
I just wanted like sticky claymores to strap on the hammer. Like just stick to the hammer.
Fair enough. She's working on these early designs.
Ooh, is she
I'll
taking
share-
sponsors?
I'll share my thoughts and give her like.
Oh, wait, no, I need to give this
Patronage.
money to Raxiel. Where is he?
I'll
Is you get
Fund.
interest.
ask her how much money she wants to like help move that along, and I'll come like to fund that idea.
Like Sticky Claymore?
Sticky claymore.
You can tell she thinks about it, especially for like the adhesive perspective. With that, she does out like an estimate of even just the simplicity of like taking a normal adhesive and then having it where it's at least padded enough where you could just slap it on there without blowing up your hand. Like basically small gambeson pouches.
Gently apply.
Yeah. Well, even like, because you can tell she thought of the kind of like a small next step of like a gambeson cover, and then since you're striking it with a maul, that would trigger it. So, with that, I just idealistically, to sponsor that, probably around 500 gold, just because to have the consistency of the right glue.
I'll give a 800.
Oh, damn.
It's a cool idea, man. At least I think it's a cool idea.
She is beyond excited, and kind of like gestures towards other ideas, and then even shows like the rack of javelins that look way too precarious to be on a regular javelin rack.
Oh boy. Are they also explosive javelins?
One wrong move and this whole warehouse explodes.
It's one of it's effectively that. It's like one of those like
Oh god.
old fucking Grease style engineers guilds where everything's just kind of stuck into one big fucking powder cake just ready to blow. Pretty much. But you'd see that, she kind of holds it up excitedly, showing you the alchemical design that she has just before the base of the spear. So if it were to land and then strike and detonate, it would not only hit the spear but also drive the spike deeper into the target. And also thus releasing the haft of the javelin so you know it went off, and also keeping space clear for more to land.
Huh.
Well, my trick worked. I've brought you some customers to make up for skipping out on last night.
Damn, she got us. With
Hey.
the blade lens.
And they all have money. She's not making a huacha. That would take a huge amount of funding to make, like, effectively a siege weapon. At the same time, I don't know how well many of the people in town would appreciate a fucking huacha loaded with explosive javelins.
Hellfire rocket battery, anyone?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh god, that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watches are amazing.
Yeah, the thing that I used on you in the start with the kobold.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yep, there was mincing commoners left and right.
Imagine if they exploded.
Ugh,
God damn.
extra 3d6.
Ouch.
Well, we have some court business to sort out, but after that, I'm sure we'll see you again.
She smiles and nods ecstatically, like, writes you one note, like, make up later tonight if it goes well.
I'll just look at it and say, if we're not imprisoned.
You can see, like, almost like sad puppy dog eyes, like, hopefully not, and gives you a big hug.
No.
All right.
Also, Relax, the halfling finally pulls his face free from your body. Some of his hair is probably missing.
Yeah.
Pulls back the goggles a little. Resounding success! I managed to finally get the time amount right. Everything tastes like copper.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was actually trying, you'd be dead. I don't really think you should try to use that.
It's good for emergencies. Thank you for your time, man. Here. Quickly pulls out a little satchel and give you 50 gold for donating your body to science for time.
Great, I'm a prostitute now.
Well, you got paid to use for someone to use your body, so yeah. How did it feel.
You go to the court. We bring up Rylax, known prostitute.
Known prostitute.
Everybody knows her by now.
Everyone's been
Well
inside
known
her,
prostitute.
digesting slow.
What the fuck? Hell of an accusation.
All right. Is there like an Omega cursed magic shop that sells weird shit?
What?
So you're looking for like the super sketch of the super sketch of this town?
Well, not sketchy, just like this is shit you probably shouldn't own.
Why do you want to own it?
So
That's how you know it's the cool shit.
yeah. So you do know, especially for being here, there's a section that people go to. Not even the Engineers Guild goes to on occasion, just because they don't want to be labeled as a fucking kook like some of the others who've gone down there. There is one called the Crystalline Quarter. And it's a small little half street cul-de-sac that has 3 fucking home abodes there. And they're all owned by the same person. It is a person that, hilariously enough, people think it's a kobold. But it's a dragonborn that suffers from dwarfism.
Poor buddy.
And he has made some of the strangest items that you could think of. Like the Staff of Paranoia.
Begs the question, does it give you paranoia or someone else paranoia?
Why not both?
Porque no las dos. Nice.
That or Potion of Skeletal Projection.
Sorry,
That's a great name.
Skeletal project. Cool.
Hmm?
I would like to inform my buddies of this shop and head towards it.
Okay, sure.
That sounds cool. I'm in.
I'm looking for something very frowned upon.
But
You need
why?
poison.
It's not poison.
I have
I'm looking
poison.
for a stone of good luck.
Did you say, am I looking for a stone of good luck?
No, he's
I-
looking for a stone of good luck.
Okay. I was gonna say, stone of good luck doesn't sound that sus.
There are definitely stones of good luck that you can purchase.
Walk off and get fired.
Alright.
Bye.
It'll run you about 2,000 gold.
I hand in 200 platinum.
Perfect. You will acquire a stone of good luck. They do have various designs for these stones of good luck.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, some look like dragon heads, others look like swans. Some more elegant designs to look like lotuses and such.
Hmm.
You even have the more brutal one that are shaped like emblems or stuff that you wear as a badge, like a sword and all.
Oh, that sounds nice. Could have one that, like, helps hook the cloak of protection on.
Yeah, little clasp.
Yeah. Okay. Happy, thank you.
Flavor and the look how you like. So, as you arrive closer to the Crystal Quarter, I would imagine you're not just looking for those kind of places, Elaine. There's obviously more side streets.
I'm heading straight towards the sus guy.
The sussy baka motherfucker.
Yeah.
Alright. As you do arrive to this cul-de-sac turned shop, in a way, you see a very grumpy looking little dragonborn. No higher than 4 feet. Waltzing around with a mixture of kind of red and black hue scales back and back shade kind of slowly down, where the red starts from the base but then shades out to black at the tips. You can see he has one busted horn, eyes that definitely don't match because one's bright pink for some reason, the other one is like neon orange. How can I help you?
Did anyone come with me?
Well, yeah.
I came with you.
Okay. I'm looking for something very particular. I need something that can kill through resurrection. Some sort of... effectively, I'll explain a hellfire weapon.
As you can see, this grungy little dragonborn starts shuffling through his shop for more curios and all that. He does kind of look around as he pulls what looks like an overdramatic soot-covered blanket. Kind of shoulders on up to you. Looks around again, looks at your friends. You can see his long tongue just like licking the front of his teeth. Like, yeah, alright. See, he's like giving the big eye, fucking stink eye, the neon orange one. That's just like so fucking off color for his fucking look.
Don't worry, I may have the Rasdoran fucking signet on me, but I'm not gonna rat you out or anything.
You a cop?
He's basically giving her that look, even though she's infused. He's kind of giving her like, are you a fucking cop look?
Buying shifty illegal things right before court. Good move.
You were seen purchasing a hellfire weapon earlier.
Would you like to explain the situation? No, I would
No,
not.
I would not.
Good, get the fuck out of here.
Your Honor, I plead the Fifth Amendment.
I plead the fifth gallows. So he'll set out some of the hellfire weapons that he has. He has some pretty generic ones between long swords, short swords, and such.
It's hoping for a dagger. Less conspicuous.
Pulls up the end of the blanket and kind of sets out a few more from underneath it. Sets out the hellfire daggers before you. Not expecting to do anything inconspicuous.
Oh. Keep your business to yourself and I'll keep mine to myself.
Agreed. So how many of
calories do you want to eat to brute today?
I only need one.
Slowly we'll pull one aside, set it down slowly.
How much you got?
Couple thousand.
You see, like, the gnarled, crooked tooth that he has on one side, just like very obvious now. He's just licking the little gap in between.
How's the 3,000 sound?
So, Dragonborn who suffers from dwarfism. He's got red-black scales, a pink eye, and an orange eye.
Let me ask you first. Would you happen to have Ring of Mind Shielding?
Expecting it on your own self by mistake. Alright.
He'll go shuffling through a few boxes he has set to the side. You hear the jingle of necklaces and all that. Comes on hobbling over. Sets it down and opens it up. Definitely looks like a ring of mind shielding. Just starts kind of like chittering his teeth as he looks at you.
And the price for this one?
This would be about 1,000. A little difficult to get rid of this one.
What about a trade? Got anything you want blown up, and I'll pull out the Firestorm gem.
Oh. Blown up, you say?
This will easily wipe a building off the map.
Roll persuasion at advantage.
Goodbye, Neil.
Goodbye, Neil.
Oh.
Bam.
Oh.
For that, I will happily give you the ring, and then half price for the dagger.
Now we're in business. And I'll plus him the money as well.
See, very happily rolls the Firestorm gem in his hands. He just fucking slams it down in his shop, and it's the last thing everyone sees of him.
If I live, I'll be rich.
I'll instantly put on the ring. And so you have a bag for this? gesturing towards the knife. Does he have any bags of holding?
Bags of holding for him? He has a few, though they look questionable.
Used bag of holding. Everything comes out sticky.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'll finish my business there.
Intervention. It's what happens when you put your hand through and you feel something else like shaking your hand. You're like, what the fuck?
Alright, are you finished shopping yet?
Yes.
Why did you need these things?
As we leave, I'll just be like, this, as I gesture to the ring, prevents people from reading my minds. Considering I do a lot of mind reading, I feel like it's going to be used against me someday.
Alright.
This, and I pull out the dagger and it's all spooky and shit. This will allow us to kill the Soul Forged without fear of them being resurrected somewhere else. This destroys their soul.
it only costs 3,000 gold to destroy somebody's soul.
Well, we did just do some shady deals, I think.
I mean, you could roll
And now that
religion
we're
if
done
you
with
like.
that, now we shall go to the drug dealer. Hazel.
I'll roll religion.
Almost.
Also, I hope you don't plan to bring that to court. I don't think that'll make us look very good.
Oh.
Yeah, you know full well, Rylax, that if anyone of mild religious knowledge would see that as the most heretical shit ever.
Well, yeah. You literally condemn their immortal soul into a demon instantly. It's really fucked up.
I can keep this stuff in my room while we're there.
Hey, son, what did you... Jesus Christ!
Yeah, let's keep it in Zircon's room.
Yeah.
Yes, 13.
Just real quick, what about would be the price for just your average bag of holding?
1,000 gold.
Okay. Actually, I do have... Do I need a whole bag of holding just to hide a Hellfire dagger in it? Probably not.
Just put it in your clothes.
Yeah.
Just a knife.
Whips it.
Alright, if everyone's done shopping, I feel like I should drop my contraband off at the castle and then see if we can find a green dragonborn friend who is
Yeah,
setting up the court.
I should probably leave some of the other things I'm carrying. Let's see, the arsenic, this vial.
50
this
bottles
rock.
of arsenic.
I have three of the rocks from that goddess meteor. Probably shouldn't bring those to court.
That would be fucking hilarious.
And we found arsenic in their bag. But I was holding on to that for a friend.
I swear I don't drink it. Could you imagine how scary it would be to meet someone who could just chug arsenic looking at
I
me?
swear, it is not zesty.
Yeah, Nistra can just chug a bottle of arsenic and not care.
Excuse me, D&D Beyond, what the fuck is a Hellfire antimatter rifle?
Don't worry about that.
God.
That's like the spell check shit.
I'd like to buy one of those, please.
No.
Okay.
Is the engineer skilled making those?
There are no Spelljammer ships that you know of here.
That we know of.
I'm sure about 0.00.1% of people even know what a Spelljammer is in this world.
Now, where's Hazel?
Phobos.
What do you mean Payson?
Not Payson, Phobos.
So you think about him when you're looking?
I mean, I guess.
As you think about him,
I think to myself, where's Payson? Wait, no, the other one. Phobos. Where's Phobos?
you just hear a soft whistle and see what looks like purple smoke as a small wooden windowsill kind of opens up. Just
Ah. I'm so good at finding you. Hello.
a pleasure. It has been a while.
Yes, it has, and I've acquired significantly more money since we last met.
Intriguing and inviting. Some more delicious tinctures. Guaranteed to have an effect.
Yes, I would like to look at your more interesting potions.
Big spender today. Well, we always have the enhancer, as I like to call it. He pulls out what looks like a curious red powder. It would almost look like sand if it wasn't so fine. It's almost like if somebody took powdered sugar and dyed it fully like vibrant red. For that one, it is basically the enhancement spell. You basically inhale it as hard as you can, and it will basically not only send you straight over the edge with a high amount of energy, colors will be a lot more vibrant. If you take enough of it, you might see things that aren't there, and it's
Troll drugs.
also, it's one hell of a time, especially if you do it in an area like a flower field that has a lot of vibrant colorish.
Okay, I'm not sure how that will help me free my people.
Oh. Looking to free your people. Oh, then. He looks back and forth. Well,
I know it's a bit of a vague requirement. What else have you got?
let's see. Judging by free your people, I mean free them from control rods or other.
Oh, you know, convince their masters to set them free, kill whatever evil creatures are holding them captive. That sort of thing.
Dust of delicious. Well, there's always charming ways he'll set out, like a variation of what looks like the filter of love. And then
Do I want that?
and then this sets out another like aggressive ways and what looks like almost like oxidized iron but in a liquid state and just kind of rolling around in the glass bottle. That is effectively from the looks of it, don't drink that one. That one is if you're using it on the control rod. I made that from concentrated rust monster antennae.
Oh, to be used on a control rod.
Specially designed. Though it's probably one of the more expensive, but it's a very intensive use. Obviously meant
I
to
see.
bypass the issue of magical items. You wouldn't be the first Warforged to ask me for something like that. But then
Well,
again,
seeing as there are only soul crushed in this country, I assumed it was some of them.
obviously, buyer's information is private. I am not privileged to, well, promiscuate information about my customers.
No need to. I can quite safely assume.
But of course, there's the other means to an end that is extremely useful if you know what a high concentration of it is, or even just to add a preventative measure. He sets out what looks like, curiously enough, this liquid seems to contain a very clear, watery looking viscous fluid, but everything that seems to slowly trudge through looks like runes that appear but then dissipate of each of the various magic schools. This one would be a temporary anti-magic field.
Oh, damn.
If you disable the control rod and allow the person to escape far enough, maybe they wouldn't have to worry about going back home.
Maybe.
But I do warn you, these are all dubiously priced.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
If you were looking for even the more aggressive state, though you would have to get closer, it is a hefty 5,000 per bottle, but that's just because getting rust monster antennae is such a fucking bother. But if you're looking for this one, it's only 3,000 gold. And he holds up the anti-magic field in a bottle. Of course, you would have about an hour.
Well, I foolishly spent much money on my way here, so those are both out of my price range.
Unfortunate. Though, there are always other pertinent things that you could do, I guess. I don't know how good your sleight of hand might be. As he pops out what looks like a small bottle that looks like a teardrop, sets it down, and then another one that looks like a little porcelain fairy, and sets it down. Peaceful or brutal points to the one that's obviously being referenced as poison, and then the other one that is maybe some form of sleep tonic, as far as you can tell. I figure these might be more within your price range, if you can get them to consume it. Of course, then again, you could always just aerate this one. And gestures to the sleep one. And, matter of fact, go ahead and roll me a history, Grobsteel.
Oh. Wow.
This is definitely the same fucking poison that was used to attempt to knock Nistri out during that shit with Prexen.
Right. Okay.
The one that would have been that hard 15 and KO.
Oh. Seems a little too sneaky for me. I prefer to go about things in a blunt way. Maybe I'll just stick to your healing potions.
Very well. He happily turns the box over back to the casual tinctures, the good healing pots and all. One's
Yeah,
guaranteed
that's
to
right.
have an effect.
A filthy casual. How much for a superior?
Well, that depends on how much an effect you'd like to add to that.
Very effective.
On the very effective pot? You asked a superior potion, correct?
Yeah, the tier 3.
Tier 3. You would do about 400 for that.
Cool, I will buy that.
Alright. A Phobos tincture. Might I interest you in anything else? Maybe even a tincture to go. Holds
A
out.
tincture to go, what would that be?
You see, he holds out a curious little file, and the label just has the little Phobos demon claw arm on it for the print. This would be one of my random tests, but at the same time, it seems quite a few people have gotten quite ecstatic to test out the random tincture effects that I've been trying to perfect. You could always try one for fun.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Right, go ahead and mark down tincture tonic.
When would you recommend I drink this?
Whenever you feel privy. Combat, having a good time, relaxing, walking through the street. Whenever the moment elates you.
Oh. Clearly, right before the court case begins. Okay, thank you very much. That will be my business done.
And thank you. Don't forget, they're always guaranteed to have an effect.
Go find the others.
I would imagine.
Hello.
Not very far.
I have a question, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a common practice to do like a detect magic in these courts?
Quite regularly.
Okay.
Just so there's no suggestion or any cheeky shit.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
You just on brief note, you also know that the judge is a high arc mage.
Ooh.
Usually they have detect magic going for a good majority of it. The only times that they would not, that you would know because you've been here, is during the recesses of the court.
Oh, we get lunch.
Of course, if it can.
I'm back. Is it court time?
Free lunch.
It's
Yeah, they're gonna give
court
us
time.
free food.
Of course.
Therefore, I won't bring any of my new items.
What the hell? I love court now.
Free
Can't eat
food.
any of it, but I love court now.
Do you think I should bring Uzi? You know, the sword.
Sure, why
Hang.
not?
He can come with me.
Yes, if we're innocent, then we have nothing to hide.
I mean, I'm sure we have to leave our weapons at the door.
This is true.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Harbinger, you have to stay at the door.
Yeah, you're just a tool.
He's a registered weapon.
I mean, his whole body is a weapon. Hug me.
Just hold me.
Hold me. Hold me tight. Don't worry, the only person
Oh,
who doesn't really get hurt by you is Dexus, because he could just climb all over the spikes with ease.
Yes.
I have a question about the fact that we're going to be detect magicked.
Yes.
Can I take off my ring? You know, the shadow one.
That one, yeah, you can take it off.
I can take it off.
Mhm.
Okay.
But will you?
No, I just wasn't sure if I physically could take it off.
No, you can. Obviously, it'll be staying with you anyway. It's not like you're leaving it behind or something.
No, it's just a ring. I'll keep that in my pocket.
Alright. Finally, after so many days, you head towards the courthouse to find Rosewater Irving and Max Irving, as well as Fopel awaiting you. You can see across the way a menacing looking entourage, or well, not so menacing, more laughable. The only one that seems menacing is the extraordinarily well-dressed Dragonborn. Seems to be smoking outside, talking to Prexen, as well as his other accomplices, the Tiefling and the other Dragonborn, Clive. And they do eye you from across the way. Fopel is immediately kind of on guard at this point. Like, this is a bit of an issue, but I'll see what I can do as long as everyone's straightforward. Yes.
I don't really think lying would get us very far, anyways.
That's good. Let's go file in for now. Entering in to the court.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Who's that guy?
God.
Oh my god, you did actually bring the judge guy. This guy.
Nice hair, dude.
Are the horses gonna stand
What?
trial?
The horses.
Objection.
God.
They are sentient
Junus
beings.
Lucius. It's like they are innocent. If you do not find them innocent, I will destroy this courthouse.
So
Disintegrate!
glad we get to be in the courtroom.
Disintegrate!
Hey. Is bounty leader Prexon still really fucked up? Are his arms still fucked?
Oh, fuck
Surely
yeah.
he's been healed.
I mean,
Oh,
he's been
okay.
healed, but it's like the bruises and shit are so abundantly obvious.
shattered arms were obvious too.
His jaw, his arms, his leg. Like, because it's not like they were healed immediately. They had time to set where bruising and other crazed shit definitely had time to set in.
How unfortunate.
Alright. So, upon entering in, you have seen this person before, like you've seen them at the castle. It is the High Judge Altan Udafon. Also, one of the more trusted magisters to preside over court hearings in situations like this. Demigods walk into court. Got dragonborn paladins all lined up and keeping eyes on things.
It's fine.
Across the way, you've heard of this personally. Hadn't had the pleasure of seeing them because they take business very personal. The infamous and famous at the same time, Maximilian Vermilion.
I've heard that name before.
He's got a lot of L's in his name. Seems like he'll be taking an L here in a second.
As you enter into the High Court, you see Maximilian, without hesitation, immediately goes to the, well, accusatory desk, the prosecutor's desk. The defendant remains empty for a time, and you can see Altan is looking expectantly, and you do see Scrat meandering as he has faux pals notes and everything. And yes, Scrat is representing you. Because he is a neutral party.
Is he?
Fopel was a part of the situation, so he cannot represent the defendant. Unless you wish to represent yourselves in a way.
I mean, we're gonna like open testify and stuff. That's, you know.
I would like a trial by combat.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's trial by combat me. I'm sure it'll be fair.
Let's go, motherfucker! Come on! Just dives over the fucking board and just starts going at it in court.
One sec.
That's why I have a cramish.
Or something.
Seem to recall those appropriate self-defense.
So, Altan, especially seeing that now the prosecutor and the defendant is here, we're here under the accusation of obstruction of justice, aiding and abetting criminals and illegal infused that are not allowed on the premise of the city grounds. Prosecutor, do you have your case and witnesses listed and ready? Yes, your judge. I have all my witnesses and we are ready with the evidence that we have collected. And looks over towards Scratley. Yes, Your Honor. We have assembled various witnesses and those who are willing to give testimony. Very well. it's under my attention that in the dictation of the first encounter and the first embodiment, inhibiting a officer of the law from making an arrest on infused who are legally practicing their elemental abilities within the market square, no less, in an area that was highly populated and dense. Who would you like to call as your first witness in this situation, defendant? And Scrat kind of quickly turns to the rest of you like, I wasn't expecting to have to cover that one as well.
I mean, what's his face was there, right? This guy.
For Pell? Yes.
Was he?
For Pell.
But he was outside.
But he did see that we just got there. Yeah.
He was writing everything, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so that brings Fapel then. We call Fapel from the Guild Hall and organization as our first witness. And especially with the nervous shuffling, we'll go down to the main examination box. Going through the formalities, swearing over what seems to be a arcane crystal, as you could tell. And for anyone who would like to, you can go ahead and roll me Arcana as you observe this orb glow for a moment.
Is there enough truth crystal?
It's a bomb!
Oh god!
Yeah!
What the fuck?
Exactly that. For Rylax and Harbinger, you full well get the keen idea, especially when Crumpsteel kind of mumbles that, like, it's that as a truth crystal. Like, it's like, yes, that ironically is exactly what it is, as far as you can tell, because it seems to have an effect on those within the booth and touching it.
Easy to guess. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. I did bear witness to the juxtaposed position, but it was on the matter of false accusation, I believe, on the fact that many of them were trying to abdicate from the situation, and unfortunately the location that Prexon had originally tried to enter into was currently occupied while the other was trying to leave and not take situation. With that, you can see Scrat looks a little relieved. Maximilian's not even really budged at the moment. And, funny enough, with that, Maximilian does state in his own reports here that he has a copy of Fapel's ledger. You originally stated here that the half-orc that had originally been accompanying you was opposing the leader when you were trying to observe the station. And not only that, didn't just, well, leave from that, but also immediately interjected and tried to, well, detain Prexon for a time.
Oh wait, I'm a fucking stance. Am I allowed to do that?
You are.
Okay. We were also attempting to detain the infused, or at least hold them there. And I would say that Prexon was the one getting in the way of that.
that you can see the judge does take this into consideration, writing it down. So, you mean to tell me that in the matter of the law, trying to move out of the way in that direction, while seeing myriads of others, and also an open room to be able to step aside easily, you somehow managed to get stuck in a singular doorway in front of the main guild?
I will not argue that we were not in the way. We had some business with the infused. We had them captured. Prexon was trying to interrupt that, so we detained him for the moment.
With that, you do see.
I would also like to point out that it was also self-defense, us detaining him. Yes, what are lanes?
I didn't say that. I wasn't there.
There was many ways into that building. He did not have to go through us.
So, with that, they'll pursue into the next questioning. As Maximilian gets the chance to question the witness. So, Foucault, tell me, upon the pursuit that Prexon has of this group, originally with the Warforged that they were keeping with them at a dangerous rate and pace, was running through the city suddenly to this location. And did it seem, other than the already accompanying fused party, have any conjecture to that situation from your original report? Perhaps it was an urgent meeting. It was a bit unclear from what I saw, but it was brash, even though you could, at this point you see like Fopel's like trying to conjecture as best as he can around the orb. It did seem erratic. A few other people were frightened by the erratic behavior. Tell me, did it seem at all like they had any knowledge of the destination that they were originally heading to when chasing this tool? Not originally. You can tell he's like saying all this specifically and just like fucking gaslight eyeing you guys hard.
Don't take the bait, Harbinger. Stay cool. Yes, keep it internal. Call up Leoris and she just lies, but not intentionally. Just recalls wrong things.
No, Leoris would 100% tell the truth. The truth would just get us immediately convicted.
Fucked them up.
So, with
We
that,
beat them and we liked it.
with that, Maximilian moves to another piece of parchment. Tell me, Fopel, I understand that there was obviously pressures on Prexon's side, especially being begrudged and assailed by people who made him miss various marks and arrests, leaving the lives of many citizens in danger due to the fact of what seemed to be, air quote, a miscommunication, even though the party seems to associate with infused already. What was the grounds on resisting arrest and going to court originally in the other destination of Ripridge when the appropriate papers were set before you? Was there reason to resist prosecution if they are in the right of court? It was egged on quite significantly when he insulted Nistri's, well, heritage quite heinously, even going as far as calling him green-skinned and not respecting him. At that point, you can just see, like, bullets sweating down Fopel's face as he, like, is trying to dance around that situation.
I'll just stand up. May I?
We'll turn. Well, nodding. Please.
The reason we refused to go to court in Ripridge is because we believed it would be extremely biased against us. We offered that we do the court case here so we can get a more neutral and fair case, as Ripridge is home to such a large amount of infused hunters, and I myself am infused. I thought it might be a little unfair.
Your Honor, the only reason why Miss Elaine had chosen to do this while accompanying with this party is also the fact that she would have the favoritism of the court from the Razdarims and hoped amnesty.
Old Tan, do you work for the Razdorans?
No, I do not, Miss Elaine. I am a respected judge of the court, and I see the proceedings as fit by law.
I rest my case.
You can see he kind of grits his teeth a little at you on that one.
I go back to sitting down.
Yeah. So, with that, Ultan will nod to Fopel. You may take your seat, Fopel. Wait. He will very quickly and sheepishly turn away from practice and go immediately as fast as the party towards the party. You know Dexus is getting all the pets.
Nice. Very unprofessional. Nice.
So with this, Westman will call his witness, Marza, the tiefling woman. So, Miss Marza, it's pertinent to the report as well that not only was your leader Prexton being barred from performing his civic duty and arresting the various infused in the midst of the warehouse mispracticing elemental magics, but also when met face to face in a much more open area of the warehouse that they had originally presided in. You had personally been obstructed by the said tool that had accompanied the very group that abstained justice that day. Could you point out which one of these tools was the very substance that had prevented you from appropriately arresting all of those and making sure they were immediately sent from the city grounds safely? With that, Marzah will, looking up at the group, even with the judging faces, kind of look up towards Harbinger and point him out. And was there any others assisting in that matter? Oh. Points towards Cromsteel as well. Tell me, how many spells do you think that your compatriots were subjugated to try and resist before attempting to arrest them for obstructing justice? I think it was about 4. Did you see any reason other than the one that had barred the way for Prexin to, well, obstruct you and your other compatriots? I did not see any. They were seemingly insistingly getting in the way when I had gotten in there. I was even going as far as magic and holding us down, as well as hiding our equipment. Not only obstructing justice, but going out of their way to prevent it as well. It was cute. Now, on the second happenstance, when trying to make the arrest, being that Prexin had, well, seemingly gone out of their way to be an irritant towards one of the defendant's party members. Which one of those people were the ones that he was aggressing towards? Marzah will point out New Street. And which one was the one obstructing him originally, during the first encounter? Points at New Street again. So there was a bit of begrudging on the fact of this person specifically blocking them, and from the first report as well, stealing their equipment and hiding it in the very warehouse instead of being able to pursue freely, has to retrieve his equipment or leave very dangerous items behind in an infused warehouse and hide hole. But also took the moment to have, well, slighted words, of course, but in the aggressor of situations, understandably angered due to this fact and situation of him putting lives in danger by allowing such infused that are already practicing elemental magics to continue to proceed through the city and not be detained.
I believe that's all the further questions I have for this witness.
We did not allow the infused to escape, rather we were too busy defending ourselves. From our standpoint, these bounty hunters were intent on killing us. And as you may have noticed, we tried to avoid as much damage to yourselves as possible, and only tried to escape your murderous intent.
You were immediately ordered to cease and desist and to step out of the way. Our witness, Marza, had even bore and heard the demand that Nistri, or the other compatriot you have with you, step aside, and insistently stood in the way.
Hang on. Did we even know that bounty hunters were law back then?
Yeah.
Yes, because you met Prexon himself before you even got to Zonwell.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And Nistri took big beef with the man.
Because
Sure
we
did.
first found him when Davlor was in a cage beaten to shit.
yep. I don't think I have a rebuttal. Yeah, we took that.
If only Davlor was technically under the protection of the Storms before that happened.
Unfortunately, he was even traveling separate before. But unfortunately, with the bounty hunters, Warforged are still not considered people under the protection law.
Oh god, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're calling
This-
tools in
What's
court.
up with this backwards country? I thought I was just like green skin. I thought it was insulting me. But no, I'm an object.
Yes.
Yeah, we have our hair dryer and our automatic power drill testifying this.
Jesus Christ.
Got some nuts and bolts for recess.
Fucked.
With that, Scrat is like, I would like to call a short recess to meet with my clients. Very well. Meet back here in 30 minutes.
Good. I was hungry.
And with that,
Okay,
I think
guys,
this is a
quick.
good spot to
Let's
leave off
leave
on.
the city.
I think this is a good spot to leave off on, so we can continue on in the situation. It was a good dance with Fopel. You managed to rebuttal quite nicely. Marza kind of sank the anchor on that for a little bit.
Yeah, we're like 1-1 now. It's match point.
I don't really have anything to contribute to this because I.
Yeah, because you
I
were
wanna-
insane before.
And I mean, I can't say anything until the second part where they tried to unjustly murder me.
Is that a good argument? That you were insane, but you're okay now?
I can plead insanity.
You
That is a
plead
thing.
insanity.
Take off the crown.
No, don't take the crown off me in court, or I will get violent.
Yeah, we'll take it off to show how violent you are, and then, like, as we grapple you to the ground, that will be a good display of how unreasonable you were back then. But we're better now.
And they'll say, why the fuck do you own this defective robot?
Because we fixed him. Look, crown.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised they call Harbinger like a tool, considering he has so much flesh. I feel like they would just assume he's a dude in a metal outfit. You know?
Maybe he's just warforged in a meat sack,
It's true.
which is much worse.
He could
Let's just say
actually
figure
just
he-
be a flesh and metal golem together.
I mean, everyone's just a skeleton with the flesh armor.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Get fucked.
I'm kind of a bit of everything.
Who knows what's underneath your skin? It could be an alien.
Oh no. The
There's a,
xenomorph.
there's a tiny warforged inside of your drow body.
But
It's like Men in Black with the little alien piloting the man.
Yep.
Well, so far it seems like Nistri going to jail.
Yeah. He did a lot of stupid shit.
I mean, it might just be a fine. To be fair, he didn't kill anybody there. He just
Community
ended up
service.
You
You
killed
must
someone
work for
there,
the-
Relax.
You must
I-
work for the
That was
royalty of this
100%
land.
self-defense.
Mhm.
I literally did nothing, and they tried to kill me. Like they used lethal force on me immediately, and I was just sitting on the weapon.
Yeah, that's true.
fucking get her!
Okay. With the case being 1-to-1, I think we'll get him in the second encounter, where they literally provoked combat.
They provoked combat, and they set up an ambush.
Yeah, they set up an ambush and they were like, come to court. And we're like, okay, but can it be this one? And they were like,
No, and then they
no,
shot
we
us.
kill you now.
They did attack us unprovoked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were willing to go to court. We were even like, well, let's just go here then. We're right there.
This is why it's the perfect opportunity to break you until next week. You guys build up a defense, talk it out. Who you gonna call?
Oh no, we're done. The
Good
defense has been built.
That's fair.
Alright, you work up the defense. Maximilian Turd Million. I bet that's a 2p.
Dude, don't fucking commit murder in the court, okay?
Hey, wait a second. Isn't it called the Vermilion Throne?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Vermilion throne back at Vermilion, whatever it was called.
Hey, Creekmon.
Yeah, that one.
Funny though.
Surely not.
Mm.
Surely.
I knew I'd
he's
heard
not the son
Vermilion
of
before.
the fucking king or something.
The son of the Emperor that we saved.
Okay, but like,
We didn't really save him, but we were there when there was an assassination attempt.
yeah, not even on the Emperor. Exactly.
Yeah, it was just on me.
Yeah. Why can't
Welcome,
an emperor
Emperor.
have a son?
Prevented our own assassination.
You said like 3 assassination attempts on me in one day, and I'm like, Jesus Christ!
I tried so hard to kill that character for you.
just couldn't do it.
It was like
Yeah,
a
no
fucking
offense.
comedy show. Whether in person, assassination, high advantage, plus fucking 8. Natural 1.
+8. The man isn't looking. He's eating dinner.
And he's blind!
Window is open. Kill him. He's literally sitting still, dude.
Conditions
was
could
so
hardly be
evil.
more ideal. That's what you said last time.
It's true. They could not be more fucking ideal for that kill attempt.
I love
They
how
should
you.
be
Assassins with only one purpose: to assassinate.
The arrow hit the little shutter pole that was on the blinds.
Yeah,
I hit the
just-
table in front of me and disintegrated the table. I was like,
Just-
Jesus! There's like 3 whole sessions of Josh trying his absolute best to fucking murder me, and he couldn't touch me. He didn't do a single point of damage to me for 3 whole sessions.
See, when you want to die, you can't.
Crazy, huh? Cursed.
Jesus.
I want to die.
I would have kept playing as Zircon, but he's busted as shit.
Yeah, imagine Zircon in this courtroom. Hello, I'm from the Bastrom family.
I am of the
Oh,
Festering
shit.
family. Also, it's unfortunate that bounty leader Prexon cannot speak as he is muzzled. just like put a fucking metal muzzle bolt into his goddamn jaw so he can't speak. Bitch.
I fucking dread the moment Leoris gets up there.
Are we all gonna have to testify in order?
It's whoever gets called as a witness.
I
Please,
dread if
Brett,
I have to get
Please, use your brain. Please.
I mean, to be fair,
Not
judging by
Leoris, not Nisha.
bias,
up
I
there.
don't think they're going to be willing to call Harbinger or Crom Steel.
Probably
Why
not.
not us?
Because
Our
of
tool's
bias.
not
they're
good
mere
enough.
Well,
tools.
you see, these are the laws of men. We aren't people.
It would. What?
I'm like, yeah, like I say, not me, but like I'm secretly excited for them to go. We want her to talk. And I'll be like, I was definitely defending them. What?
Leoris doesn't understand how courts work. Just wants to be a good girl.
Prosecutor in
We don't
defense,
have
man.
courts back at the church.
But that's why I laughed when it finally connected. Like, wait, the Vermilion Throne. Surely not.
Yeah, it's just a coincidence that they have the same title. Surely.
Hmm.
Surely.
Hmm.
Well,
Please.